play, the
audition.
Audition.
There you go.
I feel like Pineview's done a better job in the audition,
yes.
but Dixie is coming off a bye, and I think that's big.
Yeah, and I agree. They got everybody healthy, and Coach Blaine Monkers, we just heard in the coach's comment, said we have no excuse. Everybody, we got all of our horses ready to go against this really good Pineview team. But I agree with you about Pineview. Nobody's been close since after week 1 to them. They've ran away from everybody.
Yeah, Coach Hausner talked a lot about the fact that they were really selfish in that Green Canyon game, and that's what cost them that game. Shouldn't have lost it, but they did lose it. That robbed us from perhaps an undefeated situation here, but we do have a good one. First place on the line between Dixie and Pineview. Now, we've got our national anthem coming up. This is the Roy's Pizza and Pasta pregame show. We're going to step aside for 2 minutes, though, 2 minutes as we honor our country with the national anthem here at Walt Brooks Stadium. We'll be right back.
The Summit Athletic Club featuring Quebec.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, singing the national anthem, the Dixie High School Madrigal.
Welcome to Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
All right, welcome back to the Roy's Pizza and Pasta pregame show. Let's get to some things real quick. We had some coaches' comments already brought to you by Camping World from Coach Monkers. I also talked with Coach Hausner, and we've had we kind of talked ad nauseum almost about this matchup, and it's almost the de facto or the championship game perhaps with Desert Hill. Still something to say about it, obviously down the line. But both of these teams have beaten Snow Canyon. Both of these teams are 2-0 in region play. So, Andy Thompson, I want to get your thoughts, gut feeling about what's going to happen.
Well, I think the most impressive thing for me with this Dixie Flyers team and Coach Monkers' first year back is how in sync Reggie Graff has been with his receivers in third down situations and in the red zone. He picks up right where Barbin left off and then right where Monkers left off before with guys like Barney and Takao and Sharp, where on 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, he's got his lengthy guys, Muir and Kazir, on either wide receiver, and if it's 3rd and 10, he's going to run his out at the sticks, and he's going to be on time, and they convert big plays. And for me, that's been the hallmark of Marks' whole career here at Dixie, is figuring out ways to get the ball in one-on-one coverage on big-time conversions, and he's going to have to do a lot of that tonight against a very talented Pineview team.
I asked Blaine about the Snow Canyon game. They only scored 13 points. They do get the win. That's kind of a good news, bad news. But I said, man, Coach only scored 13. What was going on there? And he said, I'm going to be honest, a lot of it was my fault. He said, I watched the film, and there were 2 or 3 times in the game I made calls, and the present me was looking at the past me going, what the hell were you thinking? That's what he said to me. And I said, well, Coach, that's good. You can be critical of yourself. He says, no, I'm serious. I was looking at it going, why did I call that?
Yeah.
He couldn't figure it out.
I love that about Coach Monkers. Another thing that he said in the interview there with Devin was, when talking about Dallin Brown, he said, of all my years coaching, I don't know if I've had to think about a game plan as diverse against one player in all my years. This kid is a two-way quarterback, but then also you can put him in as the fly sweep guy. You can throw it to him if they decide to do that with McLeod Croton. He's a tough athlete, just a football player in all aspects to game plan against, and that definitely kept up Coach Monkers all week this week.
Another one of the things Coach Hosner was talking to me about was his offensive coordinator, Gary Croton, who obviously we know has been in the NFL. He's been a big-time D1 college football. And he said, you know, the thing about Coach Croton, he taught me as a coach. He says, because there are little things. And we talk about, you know, all the big things, doing all these things. He says, there's little things that I wasn't doing that I needed to do and that these players needed to understand about the little things about being better. He says he's made me a better coach, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and Coach Croton, a lot of publicity coming into the season, that first loss to Green Canyon, but then they totally switched it around. They're trying to get a playoff, as you told us on our show, in 12 seconds or less, AG. Keep the pace up, do the little things correctly, and Dallin Brown has been firing, I think, pretty accurate this year, even compared to last year, throwing the ball, and then the extra weapon with McLeod Croton when they need him to come in and throw it a little bit has been awesome this year as well.
It's been an interesting study. I know you haven't seen Pineview live, but
yeah,
sometimes you feel like Croton's in because Dallin's tired. Other times you put him in there and Dallin Brown is in the game, maybe in the slot, or maybe split out wide, and you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the defense to pay attention to Brown, which opens up the middle for Tosh Wright.
Absolutely, and I think that's a smart, not just a gimmick, not just a, we're up by 42 points, let's put in McLeod Croton, but we saw last year in 4A, in a couple rounds in the playoffs, and teams like Desert Hills, teams like Pineview couldn't throw the ball. So I think that it's wise of Coach Hosner and Croton to try to diversify their offense, because they're not going to be able to run over everybody in 4A, not just in Region 9, but when the playoffs start.
Let's talk a little bit in our Bucks tools to the game, Bucks Ace Hardware tools to the game about Reggie Graff. Now here's a kid, 3 or 4 games into the season I think he was really getting it. He was really growing and getting better. And then Snow Canyon happened. He was like 6 for 21 and a couple of picks. He just wasn't really the guy we had seen in the previous week. Which guy are we going to see today?
Yeah, that's the question. He was so consistent, seemed to pick it up right off the bat. He's running for touchdowns. He came off that 7-touchdown game before Snow Canyon, but then just struggled to find the open receiver. And weird stuff happens when Dixie plays Snow Canyon. It seems like the Warriors always have some kind of wrinkle in the defense to make things tough for him. But I think tonight we're going to have to see Reggie Graff, who I think is averaging right around 50 yards running the ball, trying to do his best Dallin Brown effort in being a two-way quarterback, running it and throwing it. He's got to have the best game of his season so far.
Perhaps the biggest impression I've gotten from the Pineview defense was their ability against the run game. They just stopped the Snow Canyon run game, didn't allow them anything. And so Reggie Graff is going to have to be that second running back, but they also need something out of their running back, Weston Banuelos.
Yeah, and you know, coming into the year it was like, okay, we got our quarterback who's been hyped a lot. Our receiving corps is fine, and Coach Wayne's defense will be okay. Who's going to be our Trey Miller, our Amina Quinn featured running back? And Weston Banuelos had his coming out party against Cedar, and needs to kind of one-up himself even more against this really tough running defense that Pineview has.
Starting lineup tonight brought to you by Sky Mountain Golf Course. Hit the sky, the beautiful Sky Mountain Golf Course in Hurricane. Schedule at tea time. I know we got a special going on, 36 holes, and you get drinks and a cart and all that stuff for $69. Pretty good deal going on over there. So, to start things, Pineview will be on the offense first. Now, these teams, I've both seen them defer in the past. So I didn't see the coin toss. I don't know if you did, but this tells me Dixie won it and deferred. Do you think that's probably true?
Yes, I think that's probably the case. I wanted to say, you got to love Andy as the play-by-play guy team with white jerseys and white numbers. That's always fun for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. And I actually haven't seen Pineview on their road unis yet, so this is going to be a challenge for sure. And it looks like deep is, Deshaun Allen is back there, along with maybe Vlad Jocelyn, perhaps. Hard to see. Hard to read those numbers. Light gray on white, but there's the kickoff by Dixie, and it's going to be taken in the end zone. In high school, that's an automatic touchback. Good way to start, I suppose. Make them start at their own 20-yard line, but we get to see early on now the offensive fireworks of Pineview. One of the top scoring teams in the entire state of Utah, any classification. Going to last week's game, they were averaging 50.5. They only scored, I think, 41 against Snow Canyon, so they're probably down to about 49 or so, 48 to 49 a game. coming into this one.
And it looks like first series already, we have Dallin Brown split out left and Croton and Tosh right in the backfield.
Yep, you're right. Tosh Wright only played the first quarter of that Snow Canyon game. They send Brown in motion. They throw a backwards pass to Brown. He wants to throw. He's got a guy wide open. The ball is caught at the 40, 45, 50. They're going to catch him from behind down to the 45-yard line of Dixie, and that is Hunter Moore on the grab.
And what a way to start the game. Pitch back to Dallin Brown, who's looking like he might run it, and he just throws it to the wide open receiver in Hunter Moore. Great wrinkle by Croton right away.
That can't have been a surprise. They knew that the other guy was the quarterback, right? I mean, but he was wide open. So Pineview will go again. First down and 10 at the 45. Croton stays in at QB. Looks over the middle. Ball is caught by Brown. He takes a big hit. That's a Rocky Mountain collision, but it is about an 8-yard gain.
And already seeing Brown's impact. Weren't expecting him to start at the receiver position, but they go to him twice. Throws one, catches one, and second and short coming up now for Pineview.
Now they line up with a blocking back on the left side in front of Croton and Tosh Wright. They send a man in motion. Fake to the motion man, hand to Wright. Wright rumbling and stumbling inside the 35-yard line, and he'll have a first down at about the 32 or 33 for Pineview.
Great job by Tim Colburn on that right side, driving the right side end there of Dixie out of this play. You see the jet sweep left and right up the middle. Bodies all over blue. Great job by Pineview.
Brown back in at quarterback now. He wants to throw on first down. Nothing there, so he's going to run. He's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll gain about a yard, but a pretty good penetration and effort inside.
Good coverage, I thought, by Tyler Walden on that left side. You got twins over there left, just ran two slants.
I think Tyler on the coverage, Connor on the almost
Oh,
side.
yeah, that's right. And
So
Brown had nowhere to go.
Brothers doing a good job there. Second down, actually close to 10. They gave him pretty much no gain. Brown this time gives to Tosh Wright, and he's in trouble in the backfield. Dixie blows it up in the backfield. That'll be a loss of yardage.
Keanohai with the tackle, and that's something with Tosh Wright is once he gets going, he's like a freight train, but if you can get him as he's kind of meshing with the quarterback and before he gets going, you can get him for a loss. Great job by Dixie.
Now it's third and long, third and about 15 yards to go. Dallin Brown at quarterback, Tosh Wright at the running back.
Not used to this pacing.
Yeah, you don't have time to catch your breath. Trips to the right side for Pineview on third and long. Brown fakes a handoff. Now he rolls to the right, being chased out there. Looking, and he jump passes it down the sideline. It is caught inside the 15-yard line for a first down. What a great grab over there, and a jump pass by the quarterback of his Dalo Reimer on the catch.
Yeah, I thought Jake Staley did a great job for Dixie breaking down and forcing Brown to throw it, but he just makes a next-level play, leaps up into the air, and floats it to an open receiver. What a job improvising by Brown.
You see a jump pass very often. We're going again. Brown back to pass. Nothing there. Now he's looking, rolling to his left to the 15, to the 10, around the corner, and finally pushed out of bounds. Good pursuit over there to keep that from being a touchdown. On the defense on the play for Dixie was Naihoa Keanohai again. That's twice now in, 5 plays we call his number. Gain is down to, the 5? Second down and 2. Pineview knocking on the door already here on the first possession. Brown to right up the middle. He's going to walk into the end zone. Even I could have scored on that one, and Andy, I'm slow.
Unbelievable statement series by Pineview to lead things off. They're throwing it to Brown. He's throwing it out of the backfield. Tosh Wright had a pretty good series, and wow, that was fast. Holy cow.
Very, very fast. In fact, if you look at the clock, it says 9:40, so it took him 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Now a Utah gastroenterology extra point by left-footed kicker Connor Brooksby. As Pineview with a 6-0 lead. Brooksby to try to make it 7-0. Waiting for the kick. It's down. The kick is up, and it's plenty long, and it's plenty straight, and it's good, and it's 7-0 Pineview. Just 2 minutes in. Real quick look at the replay of the touchdown. You see Wright picked the right hole and just cruised on into the end zone. We'll take a 45-second break. Be back after this.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. there is a place.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Wait. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
Dominated Dixie on that drive.
Kickoff into the end zone, so the next drive will start at the 20-yard line. How about this for Brown on the first drive? 3 for 3 passing for 67 yards. And he also had a couple of carries, and it was a touchdown, of course, by Tosh Wright from 5 yards out that capped the drive. But they went 80 yards in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Now Dixie got to try to match. You know, I asked Coach Monkers about a track meet. I said, what if it turns into a track meet? I thought he was going to say, well, we're in trouble if it does. He said, well, then we just have to match them. So the pressure is on right now. They got to match that drive by Pineview, and coming out is Reggie Graff with Weston Banuelos standing next to him. First down and 10. They got 2 wide receivers to either side. And a quick toss out to the left side. Ball is caught by Mahi, and he'll have a short gain. Nate Mahi, number 3. He was the preseason MVP of this region in our media day, and he's had a couple of good games. He's had a couple of quiet games.
And I think he's yet to kind of have his huge breakout game to kind of announce himself as a star this year. Kind of been semi-inconsistent. We know he has the ability, kind of trying to fill in for that production that Hobbs Nyberg left him from last year. And I think they need to lead. I like to see them go to him first, and I hope he gets a lot of touches tonight for Dixie.
I think he's going to have to get a lot of touches if they're going to have a shot in this game. Second down, he got 4, so second down and 6 from the 24-yard line. Kraft throws over the middle, diving effort, not quite made on the catch try by Josh Kazir, but a pretty fast, hard thrown ball by Reggie Graff.
Yeah, looked like a little bit of a run pass option on the jet sweep. Just has to tough to ask the quarterback. A lot of ball control. Has got to have great dexterity with his hands to make that throw accurately, and just missed him off the fingertips.
You have to have big hands as a quarterback.
Yeah.
You grip that football. I know Peyton Manning was one of the great quarterbacks of our generation.
Sure.
Has huge hands.
Yeah.
He's not that big a guy, but he's got huge hands. But Reggie Graff now with a huge play. It's third down and 6. By the way, back in the truck, we are having, again, issues with our replay monitor. Not able to see that. Send Mahi in motion, fake to him. Graff wants to throw. He's got a man deep out there. Long pass is thrown, and it's just a little too long. But, boy, he had a couple of steps. They went to Kazir's way again, and that would have been a touchdown if it's a little bit shorter.
One-on-one with Connor Johnson. I like the aggressiveness there on third down, and he's going to have a great game, is Kazir, especially in one-on-one coverage with no safeties over the top, just overthrown a little bit.
So Dixie gets 4 yards in 3 plays, and they've already got the punt team out there. By the way, our game brought to you by Pace Colligan's Water, your clock and time sponsor. Dixie held the ball for 36 seconds, and now they not muff the punt, but he kicks it off the side of his foot. You heard the hometown crowd on this side. I don't know if you heard them, Andy, but they went, oh.
Yes.
That's never a good sign
No,
when
it's
they
not.
say, oh, after your punter kicks it.
No, it's not. And right away, they knew about it, and Dallin Brown was back there to return. They're letting him do just about everything tonight, AG.
Yeah, when's the last time you remember a quarterback being your punt
Love
returner?
Love it.
But when you've got a player of the magnitude of Brown, you get him out on the field. And now they're going to put Brown in the slot, and Croton will be the quarterback again. They try to spread the defense out. Brown slotted right. Has 2 wide receivers either way. Right goes from right to left of the quarterback. Now they send Brown in motion. And they're going to throw out a little quick toss to him out on the edge. Trying to get to the corner. Not much there. He does stay in bounds and gain 2 or 3 yards, but that's it. Pretty well covered by Dixie. Flyers held Snow Canyon to 7 last week. Or not last week, 2 weeks ago. We're on a bye last week, so I had a lot of time to think about this game. Second down and 8. Brown in motion again. Fake the handoff to him. Croton wants to throw. Got a guy on the sideline. It's right, but I don't think he can hold on. Defensive player came over and caused a little issue there and knocked it away.
Good job by Kanohi again. That one not the best delivered ball from Croton.
Put a little too much air under that one, didn't he? had time for the defender to get over there and make up the ground and tip it at the last second. I think he was trying to get toss right?
Yeah.
Now they bring Brown back to the quarterback position as Croton leaves the field. Twin wideouts to either side. Brown fakes the handoff, looking over the middle. Now he rolls to the right side. Looking. There's a flag. That's a hold. The fans wanted it. Brown's going to get out of bounds after a 15-yard gain, but that's coming back as me, you, 4 or 5 guys in front of us, and the guy with the white stripes saw the hold.
Yeah, absolutely. And that play's so effective for Pineview, just the Madden play, send everybody deep and allow Brown to just run it. But the obvious holding call will prevent the first down.
All streaks, huh?
Love the all streaks
on
play.
Madden? Yeah.
Pull it down with Vic.
Especially if you're QBing with Vic or Cam Newton, somebody like that. Even, and I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm sorry. I apologize up front. I'm a Cowboys. But Dak Prescott, can run about 10 yards of play running that pattern. So, but that'll march Pineview all the way back to their own 41-yard line, and that'll bring up third down and about 21. So penalties, they got away with one in the first drive. Second drive, bigger one. Now they need a big play on third down, and the referees are stopping play to, what, did he drop his whistle or what? Did he owe him a quarter? I don't get it. What are they doing over there?
Looks like the back judge threw his flag to the white hat who didn't have his flag. Never seen that before. Just threw it on the ground and pointed to it and blew his whistle.
And now they're moving the ball over to the hash mark. Now they're moving it to the other hash mark. And okay. And that doesn't that affect your play calls as a play caller? What hash mark it's on?
Absolutely. Brown starting on the short side of the field.
Croton back in at quarterback. They send Brown in motion. Now they run a little screen to right on the left side. Wright's going to have room down the sideline. He'll run one guy over, a little Rocky Mountain collision there, but it's not near enough. When you need 21, a little screen's going to get you about 12. That's good, but that's not 21.
Man, he's a scary guy once he gets ahead of steam, and you're standing there. That was Harrison Beezer who took the brunt of this Rocky Mountain collision. Big hit right there, and still short of the line to gain.
Well, and to Beezer's credit, he also made the tackle.
That's right.
Even though he took the brunt of the punishment, and Pineview's out to punt the football on fourth down at about 7. Good snap. Kick is up. Very high kick. Fair catch called for at the 13 and taken, and Dixie will get their second shot at things. So no panic. That's good for Dixie High. When Pineview scored so quick, you almost want to push the panic button, but they did.
Yeah, and we'll see. I'm interested to see this drive. If they try to get Weston Benuelos going a little bit, or a little mahi running the football. They had 2 incompletions and a 3-and-out last drive from Graff. We'll see if they try to slow it down a little bit, run the football.
Much as I beat on this monitor, it's just not coming back. It's back. Nope, it's gone. Welcome back, folks. Again, Andy and Andy, AG and AT, live from Walbrook Stadium. Pineview leading 7-0. We're about 4.5 minutes into the first quarter of this Region 9 matchup. They sent a guy off the field. Pineview thought it was a guy in motion, was going. Was imminent, and you send a guy out. Reggie Graff on the run, and he's got a big hole. He gets outside of the 25 to the 28 to the 30, and is finally thrown out of bounds. A good run by Reggie Graff, and I don't think I agree with this call. They call a late flag. Maybe we can see on the replay. It seemed like he was just throwing him down, but quarterback.
Yeah, it wasn't a big hit. It looked like he was just kind of tangled up with him and rolled him out of bounds to finish the tackle. See if we can tell any more by the replay here. Katoa kind of.
He actually made the throw while he was still in bounds.
Yeah,
so
I don't like that call at all.
But there's been a lot of that in the NFL lately with little touch calls roughing the passer. But the quarterback, once he starts running like that, he turns into a runner too, and that's a tough call. But for Dixie, good news. They got a good run, and the combination of the run and the penalty nets them about 33 yards, and they have a 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Reggie Graff with trips to the left side, one wide receiver to the right. Going to be a lot of man coverage tonight for that single wideout over on the one side. Graff hands to Banuelos. Nope, keeps it himself. Fumble the football. It's on the ground, and I think Pineview's got it. Wait for the official call. It's official now. Pineview comes away with the football.
Yeah, just ran into his own guy's back, and he just popped it right out of where it was cradled in his elbow. Tough break after that big penalty to put them in good position. And now Pineview's going to have it in plus territory.
I asked that question. Every broadcaster asks a coach, what's the key to the game? And you know what? Neither one of them said turnovers.
Wow.
Which is a shocker.
That's a first.
That's usually the first thing out of their mouth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, obviously turnovers a factor. And now Pineview, after having the 3rd and 21, they get the ball right back after the turnover in better field position than their 3rd and 21. Looks like Brown at quarterback. He hands, nope, keeps himself, trying to find some room up the middle. Dixie's got him corralled, and it's going to be no gain as Dallin Brown is taken down by the Dixie Flyers.
Great play by Warren Taululi on that right side. Hung on for dear life. Held him to a limited gain there on first down.
You know, Pineview wants to get Brown out in space. That's their plan. And Dixie, there was no space on that one. He did a great job on defense of keeping the lanes and not letting Brown get away. 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 9, I guess. Brown looking left. Stands in the pocket. Not really a lot of pressure. Now he's going to roll to the left side. Fakes the pass. Gets to the sideline. And he's taken down hard right on the sideline. And I guess he never does quite go down, but he is taken down right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
I think that was Taululi again as the right defensive end, keeping contained somehow on the very shifty Brown, but they're just sending 3 and allowing their second-level linebackers to kind of spy Brown and play a little bit of zone this series, and so far it's worked.
Wright, I think Tosh Wright only has 1 or 2 carries so far in this game, so maybe he'll be a factor, but certainly probably not here on 3rd and 10. Croton back in at quarterback. He's back to pass, and he's in trouble. Rolls away from one guy. Now he throws it over the middle. Ball a little too high and incomplete, and Pineview look like they're going to have to punt again with the ball at the 42 and 4th and 10.
Wow, great stand by Pineview. Isaiah Moulton was open on a little in route at the first down line, but not seen by McLeod Croton. Looks like they will bring in the punt team.
Had Dallin Brown down the sideline to the right side, but he was double covered. I almost feel like you throw it up to him anyway if you're in trouble. Just throw it up there and see what happens. But he did try to get it to Moulton, and it actually would have been a first down if Moulton's able to pull that one down. Brooksby out to kick, standing at his own 43. A couple of deep guys back for the Dixie Flyers. The punt is away. Another fair catch called for, and diving stop. That was a dangerous catch on the punt, Andy.
It's rare that you see a Sports Center top 10 effort on returning just catching a punt, but instead of letting it bounce, he makes a dive for it. Nate Mahi showing off the athleticism.
By the way, tonight there are 2 other Region 9 games. Desert Hills is at Canyon View, a pretty good Canyon View team, as it turns out. And then Hurricane at Cedar. You expect Cedar to be heavy favorites. In fact, Nolan Perry has them 31-point favorites in that home game against the Hurricane Tigers. Here it's Dixie Pineview, 7-0 score. We're about halfway through the first quarter. Both teams have had a couple of possessions already. Now Dixie trying to get something going. First down and 10 from right at the 20-yard line. Send a man in motion. Graff wants to throw. Lefty throws a deep ball. It is a good throw, just a little too long again as he tried to get Mahi on the deep post.
Maybe the 3rd time tonight he's just overthrown it to a diving receiver as Mahi had a break on his. I think that was Deshaun Allen in coverage on Mahi, but once again, a little too long from Reggie Graff.
Deshaun Allen, the lone returner in the secondary for Pineview, and it showed. They looked really raw against Green Canyon. Of course, they were playing a quarterback that was very, very accurate. But these guys have now had 4 or 5 games to learn, a little on-the-job training, and they're getting better, the secondary for Pineview. But, again, we've seen some open guys that just barely got missed. Graff, the quarterback, again, Van Wayless to his left. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. No, 2 to the left, excuse me. Long count, and here we go. Graff, the keeper. He's got a hold of the right side. A good gainer out to the 35 and tripped up there at the 37-yard line. But, boy, is he shifty. Reggie Graff really hasn't shown it with his arm yet in this game, but he's shown it with his legs.
Absolutely. I love that call on 2nd down. He's going to have to run at a bunch tonight in order to keep up. And so far, every time he's taken it, he's made a big play, gotten the crowd on their feet.
It's exciting. You know, he's probably saying to himself, everybody's talking about Dallin Brown and how he can run the ball. What about me? Right? By the way, 14-7, Desert Hills leading Canyon View. That game about 5 minutes in. on our Ace Hardware scoreboard. Another deep ball. Muir's got it. That time he's right on the money. That ball stuck between the 1 and the 4 to Travis Muir.
And I thought Connor Johnson did a pretty good job recovering as a defensive back there. Got a hand in there, but great job by Muir catching it in traffic and a strike from Reggie Graff. First down.
We thought this was going to be a shootout, and it still might be, but that Desert Hills game, they played 4.5 minutes. They've already scored 3 touchdowns between Desert Hills and Canyon View. So 2 by the Thunder, 1 by the Falcons, 14-7 in that game. Again, right here, it is 7-0. Dixie on the march now. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line as the clock finally rolling a little bit. 4:45 left in the first quarter. Pineview, little bump and run coverage again. They're right up tight on the guys. That's what hurt them so far. Hand off to Mahi on the sweep, trying to get to the corner, and he's going to be pounded out of bounds as he gets across the 40 to the 35 or 36-yard line. Took a big hit, but got a nice little gain.
Yeah, I think that was your guy, John Perry, coming off the edge there, catching up with Mahi, and had a little help from another linebacker, but great pursuit by Pineview.
Talked to John Perry's dad before the game. I said, man, your kid's stuffy. Yeah, he's short, too. He said, just like his dad. I said, I didn't say it, you did. But, yeah, short, strong, tough kid. They moved him out now. They're looking at a 4-man front. They moved him out a little bit. Kind of moved him around a little bit. 2nd down and 6 for the Dixie Flyers on the move. Reggie Graff gets a snap, keeps it himself, and he's in trouble. He gets stuffed in the backfield. Probably should have given that one off to Benuelos, huh?
Yeah, Koa Katoa just comes right down Main Street and caught Reggie Graff as a deer in headlights on that one. Like a poor read, and he'll take a loss.
That sets them up with a 3rd down and long, about 9 yards to go. Let's see if Pineview stays with their man coverage on those outside guys. They've gotten burned, and they've gotten almost burned a couple of times, or if they drop a safety back with a little bit of help. It is like Madden, this Dixie offense. That quarterback goes back. He's got read number 1, read number 2, read number, and they're all running complicated patterns. I threw for 669 yards in my Madden game the other day with Dak Prescott.
There you go.
I had 5 interceptions, but 8 touchdowns, so I don't know if that's good or not. Reggie Graff back to pass. Got a guy open left side. Ball thrown underneath. Nice catch right on the sideline. Did he get it in? He did. Great catch by Josh Kazir on the left side.
That's the money throw right there on 3rd down. Right at the 6, turn around, and not a lot in one-on-one coverage that defensive back can do. Well, and another 1st down.
Well, you know, they ran a couple of fly patterns and just missed on them, but those fly patterns created that little button hook right there. Made it so that, you know, you've got to respect the deep ball. And a perfectly thrown ball by Reggie Graff. Dixie with 1st down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Graff taking his time. Clock now 3:18 left in the half. Hands it to Banuelos. He's got the corner, trying to get around the edge. Little shifty move, little shimmy shake. He keeps on his feet and gets the 1st down. Weston Banuelos.
Showing off the tap dancing and the power all in one run on the right edge. Breaks a couple tackles and gets all the way to the 6 for a 1st down.
Great run by Banuelos. Good read by the quarterback Graff to keep that, make sure to give that guy the ball on the sweep. And Dixie now inside the red zone. We'll get you our red zone sponsor here in just a minute. I don't have it handy. Do you have that handy? We'll get that in a minute. 1st down and 10. Ball at the 14 now for Dixie. Knocking on the door, trying to tie this thing up. Graff sends a guy in motion. That's Mahi on the fly. Mahi with a nice little cut at the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Dixie. Dixie Flyers pull even with an extra point coming up on the fly sweep by Nate Mahi.
What a play. I love it on the left side. Get your athlete the ball with a full head of steam. Gets around the edge, makes a little play against the defender, and dives in, hits the pylon. And PAT pending, we're going to have a tie ball game.
Gastroenterology extra point coming up. One other game we're keeping an eye out on in the state of Utah. 6-0 Skyview, 6-0 Logan. The only 2 undefeated teams left in 4A. They're playing tonight, and right now Skyview leads 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. Keep an eye on that one as we get ready for this Utah Gastroenterology extra point. Long count, snap. Well, they took too long, and we're going to have a flag on the play, so they'll have to kick it from 5 yards back, which even in the high school level doesn't really matter that much, usually on an extra point.
Wanted to mention one of our newest sponsors in the red zone. It's Curran Christensen with the NAI XL. He's been doing business in southern Utah since 2007 in commercial real estate. Check them out on the Boulevard. Curran Christensen with NAI Excel.
Thank you for bailing me out on that one, Andy. I didn't have it with you. I have it in text. I've never actually printed that one out, so we appreciate Curran Christensen and NAI Excel. Let's try that extra point again, huh? He made the first one, but it didn't count. Mahi is the holder. There's a snap. Kick is up, and this one high. I think that got through. That might be one of the ugliest good extra points you'll ever see. And it is 7-7 with about 10 minutes gone here in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Here's the game plan. Come see the all-star lineup of the all-new Jetta, Passat, and Tiguan. And don't forget, Finley Volkswagen has America's best warranty. 6 years, 72,000 miles bumper to bumper. Have a safe and successful season.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Appliance Wholesalers Plus on your Region 9 Radio Network.
Hey, my apologies to Teresa Miller and the Miller family. That was Tyson Miller that scored that touchdown, not Weston Banuelo. So good effort by Miller around the left end. Tie this game at 7-7. We've got 2:35 left in the first quarter. Touchback on the kickoff, so Pineville will start from their own 20-yard line. They scored so easily the first time. It hasn't been so easy since then. Looks like Brown will be the QB. Trips to the right side. Probably daring him to run. You're right. I think they have a spy on every single play. By the way, Kyson Sertonio in at running back. And Sertonio gets the carry right up the middle. Not much room there. Dixie gang tackling right at the 20. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Dixie all over that one.
Pretty impressed by Dixie rebound after that first. You know, you have that first series that you've got your plays scripted out, maybe 7 or 8 plays for that whole drive, and you've run them over and over and over, and you could probably score against Alabama with your opening series. But then you got to figure it out in the next series. They haven't been able to do it.
Quick hitter, left side, wide receiver screen. That's going to be a good gainer up near the first down marker. I think that was Michael Moore on the catch. Let's see if I can pick up a number. Pineby's number is extremely hard to read because they're light gray on white. Yeah, I believe that was Michael Moore over there. Two Moore brothers catch a lot of balls, Michael and Hunter Moore. Now Pineby running. Brown up the middle, got a little hole. Dodging and jiving out across the 30, 35, out to the 38-yard line for Dallin Brown. That's the first time in a while, actually the first time we've seen him really have some room to run the ball.
Yeah, especially in between the tackles on that zone read. Keeps it for a first down. They got a little momentum going now.
1st and 10. Brown back to pass, throws a slant. Ball is caught, big hit. Hunter Moore with the grab out to the 46-yard line. Big Rocky Mountain collision at the end of that thing, but Moore gets a gain of about 8 yards.
And right on the money from Brown. The timing's right. He takes 2 steps and fires. He's in sync with his receivers, and it's sure good for Coach Croton to see Brown throwing it well and running it well.
4 wide out. Sertonio remains at running back. Not sure. You know, Tosh Wright played only the first quarter last week against Snow Canyon and did not return to the game. Said his knee got kind of bunged up, but he's okay now. But it's got to be concerning for Pineby fans to have Tosh Wright not on the field. Play action, now pressure on Brown. Brown steps away from one guy, now looking to get to the corner. A little stop and go, and a great tackle on the sideline. Beautiful effort. Flying in there was Jake Staley.
Awesome job, especially on that left side. They've done a great job keeping contained when plays break down and Dallin's trying to get the edge. They've made it very difficult for him, and great job by Dixie for the last few series keeping things contained.
Loss of about 5 yards on the play by Brown on a great tackle for loss by Jake Staley. Now it's 3rd down and 7, and these Dixie fans here on the near side are feeling it. Brown back to pass. Looks over the middle, nothing there. Now he's going to roll to the right side. Looking downfield, throws it. Got a guy out there, and it's tipped away at the last second. Great defensive play by Tyson Miller, one of the few guys that goes both ways on this Dixie team.
Goodness, that ball seemed to hang up there for an hour, and I thought the receiver was poised to catch it, but Miller just throws his glove out there at the last second, knocks it away. He's got two of the biggest plays of the game so far in this one.
Yeah, puts that big old paw up there right at the last second. What a play by Tyson Miller. He has the two maybe biggest plays of the game for Dixie High. The touchdown run and now the tip away on the deep ball. 4th down, Pineview. They bring the punt team out, and the kick is away. Nice high kick by Brooksby. Fair catch called and taken by Nate Mahi. That's scary. That ball's up there a long time, and the defenders are staring at you.
Got to be one of the toughest jobs in sports back there as a punt return.
I agree. And, you know, it's a feast or famine type thing, because a fair catch or a fumble, the worst things you can do, but every once in a while you get that first guy to miss, and you've got yourself one huge play. So Dixie takes over now with 1 second left in the first quarter, so we'll be ready to go to break here in just a moment. Time for one play, perhaps, by the Flyers. Total offense so far in this game, Pineview with 102 yards and Dixie with 97, so pretty even at this point. Dixie now with a chance to take the lead in yardage and on the scoreboard. 1st down and 10 for Reggie Graff and company. Graff, the lefty, takes the snap, wants to throw. Looking left side, throws it out there. A defender fell down. I don't think he came up with the ball. He did not. And that'll do it for the first quarter. After one complete, it's a 7-7 game on a one-loss scoreboard. Dixie Pineview so far, it's everything it's cracked up to be. Back after this.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born, and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Hey, one of those cheerleaders has a pretty good arm, Andy, because he just hit the window, almost got it through the window.
Put her up.
Throwing out those mini footballs. We're tied at 7-7, Dixie and Pineview. Great Region 9 action here from Walton Brooks Stadium, home of the Dixie Flyers, and many great memories over the years on this field. Nate Andrus, among others. Nate Carter, Mike Sharp, Blake Barney. Blake Barney, man, he had some kind of career.
Yeah.
They threw him in the fire as a sophomore, kind of like they're doing with Graff, but by the time he was a senior, he was an amazing football player. Dixie facing a 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Dangerous offense. They showed how good they can be on that previous drive. Graff ready for the first snap of the second quarter. Straight drop. Here comes a screen pass to Banuelos to the right side. Ball is caught to the 20, out to the 25, 26-yard line where he is met very rudely, or maybe he greets the defender very rudely. Nice hit on Adrian Shelton. Shelton and Banuelos got to know each other a little bit that time.
Absolutely.
A Rocky Mountain collision for you.
Yeah, we've seen it from Tosh, right? Banuelos delivered a blow as well. Love the screen call on 1st down.
If you've taken a big hit in an accident, see the pros at Rocky Mountain Collision, 673-7757. They take the dents out of accidents. 3rd down, about 3 yards to go. This very proficient Dixie offense, they had an off night last time out against Snow Canyon, but they're looking good so far in this game. 3rd and short. Send a man in motion. Now Graff with a straight drop. Now he's in trouble. Rolling to the left side. Ball is thrown way too high and incomplete. Would have been a 1st down if he could have gotten it down to Mahi, but good pressure by Pineview.
Yeah, and I love what Pineview's doing on the edges. They were pressing Muir and Kazir hard on that play, and now forced to punt. They were kind of sitting back on third downs earlier on in the game, and I like that they were up making contact, making it difficult to get off the line.
14 seconds into quarter number 2. These two teams 2-0 in region play. Now, if Desert Hills, they have a 7-point lead on Canyon View. If they win, they'll stay in first place because they've played one more game than either of these two teams. But certainly first place is there for the taking if Desert Hills were to be knocked off. Another kind of short, not good kick off to the left side again. I guess they want to keep it away from Brown, but Andy, you can't kick 20 yards down the field. That doesn't work.
Yeah, maybe try kicking left or right. Seems like they're trying to kick it about 30 yards short of where he's standing.
Snow Canyon did that last week against Pineview. They kicked it away from Brown, and for the most part it worked because they kicked it short, but they kicked it kind of an end over end and let it roll on the new turf over there at Snow Canyon High School. But Pineview with great field position at their own 48-yard line. First down and 10. Croton, the quarterback, throws it over the middle. Ball nearly intercepted. Should have been intercepted. Really telegraphed that one. Trying to throw it over the middle and trying to find Isaiah Moten, but boy, everybody saw that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Moten ran a good route. It just was a squatting linebacker who got good depth in his hook zone and was just unseen by McLeod.
Young quarterback, Croton. Sometimes young quarterbacks tend to pick their guy and keep their eyes on him, and that helps the guys that are floating around, like those floating linebackers. Croton stays in at quarterback. Looks over the middle. This time it is off the hand, though. Did he hold on? He did hold on. Right at the sticks, probably maybe a yard short of the sticks on the hard pass over the middle. I think Moten again on the catch.
Yeah, Moten again. Scores it right in between Staley and Schwaltzer at the linebacker. Now 3rd and short coming up.
3rd and 1. Croton stays at quarterback. Tosh Wright is in at running back. They send a man in motion. Croton keeps it himself. No, that's Brown. There's no way Croton can move like that, and Dallin Brown gets the first down.
I was going to say, I thought it was Croton as well, and then he just leapt in there like a cat.
As soon as he made that move, I'm like, that's not Croton.
Yeah.
So Dallin Brown does get the first down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. First down and 10. Brown stays in at quarterback. Throws the quick hitter to the left side. It's caught for about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Michael Moore on the grab, I believe. Is that 17 or 12? That's a 17, right?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to these white-on-white numbers. But Michael Moore with the grab gets 6 yards. 2nd down and 4. Brown back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Now he wants to run it. Hit hard right at the 30-yard line. And will be short of the first down by about a yard. I don't think that was actually a pass, was it? Wasn't that a QB draw?
Yeah, I think it was planned all the way around for him to just run it. Now he's kind of in a similar situation. Another 3rd and short coming up. We'll see if Jake Staley can spy him enough to keep him from getting it right in between the tackles.
Our game brought to you in part by the Ryan Kramer team at Remax on a big 3rd down and about a yard and a half. They pitch it right side to Brown. Brown trying to get to the corner in the sticks. He does and steps out of bounds after getting the first down. One guy had a shot at him, Andy, but he couldn't make the tackle.
Yeah, it was Staley on that left side. Really aggressive approach. Would have had him behind the line of scrimmage, but Brown just skips off to the right and makes a miss and gets the easy first down.
And that's the matchup you want if you're Dixie, your best defensive
Absolutely.
player. Trying to make one-on-one tackle, but just an athletic play by Brown. First down and 10. Brown back in at quarterback. Tosh Wright at running back. They've got trips to the left side. It's like Moore, Bateman, and maybe the other Moore on the left side. Waiting for the snap. There it is. Brown back to pass. Looks deep right side. Now he's in trouble, being chased in the backfield. Rolls to his right side. Does not get a pass away. I thought maybe he was going to throw that thing out of bounds. Instead, he ends up taking on the scramble a loss of about 3 yards.
Got forced out by Jackson Rails, and that's a scary play for Dixie. You got to guard your guy for what seems like an eternity, and usually impossible. But this time, the improvisation from Dallin Brown goes for naught, and he takes a loss.
Say a loss of 2 on the play. So 2nd down and 12. Looks like our monitor is back working again, thanks to James and the guys. Brown back to pass, throws deep over the middle. Double coverage out there and tipped away at the last second once again. Good defense by the Dixie Flyers.
I think that was Malachi Keonahai, who will get credit for the pass deflected there. Not a bad thrown ball by Dallin Brown. May have hung just a little bit, but better defense.
Yeah, great effort all the way around. Not a bad throw, like you said, but the defender got the hand in and made the play. Now it's 3rd down and long. 3rd and 12. Brown back to pass. Lots of time. Brown getting antsy feet. He's looking. Nobody's open. Boy, he's got all day. Finally throws it underneath. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. He just kind of had to get rid of it. As a quarterback, they do those 7-on-7 drills. You have, what was it, like 5 seconds to get rid of the ball?
There's a buzzer.
He must have had 10 or 11 seconds back there.
Yeah, they're content just sending 3, trusting their guys to cover, and the linebackers had to turn their backs. Jake Staley had to turn his back and run with the receiver, but Brown decided not to pull it down and run it. Instead, sets up a 4th down.
4th down, about 8 or 9 yards to go for Pineview. Brown, the quarterback, his little fake cadence. Now he's ready to go. He sends right to his right. That's Tosh right. Trips to the right side. And the one receiver to the left. Brown back to pass. Looking. Throws the ball underneath. Right at the marker. I don't know that he got it. The ball is complete right down at the 15. And they're going to say incomplete anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I thought a pretty good thrown ball there right at the sticks. Would have been close, but apparently refs calling it incomplete there at the last second.
I don't know if we can see that on the replay. Looked like he caught it and was fighting for the marker. Maybe as he's trying to move the ball toward the marker, he dropped it. I don't know. We'll never know because no replay.
And interesting, on a few plays in a row in plus territory going in to score, Brown doesn't pull it down, run it. No design runs for Brown. It's all just him trying to throw the ball.
He's got a good arm, but yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he's the leading rusher in Region 9 as a quarterback. So Dixie gets to stop. 1st down and 10 as they take over from their own 24-yard line. Bump and run coverage again by Pineview on those receivers. Graff wants to keep it himself, right side. He'll have a short gain. Pineview stacks it up with Katoa and company on the hit. He'll have about 2 yards. 2nd down for Dixie. It's interesting. I think we've seen more designed run plays for Graff than we have for Brown so far in this game. And that's not really what we expected at all. Keep an eye on scores from throughout Region 9 and throughout the state in 4A. We appreciate the guys at Deseret News for updating their scoreboard. Obviously, we'll be monitoring Twitter as well to keep you up to date. And now Dixie wants to take a timeout. And again, it's Ryan Kramer at Remax timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back with more after this.
First General Store and Ace Hardware is...
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Griffin, Andy Thompson live from Walbrook Stadium. We've got a good one going so far. Maybe not as much scoring as we had thought. As we're about 4 minutes, three or 4 minutes into the second quarter. It's a 7-7 football game between Dixie and Pineview. What atmosphere?
Oh, it's awesome.
The air has actually started to cool down a little bit. I think we're down to maybe in the 70s, perhaps.
And they're playing aggressive over, as you mentioned before, on Josh K's ear. We'll see if they trust Graff to throw it to him deep in one-on-one coverage.
2nd down and 8. Dixie sends a guy in motion. They fake the handoff. Instead, they go to Banuelos, the running back. He spun around and stacked up at the 25-yard line. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it at the 26.
Great pursuit on that right side. I believe that was Kobe Hansen on the stop.
First Ace Hardware updates. Desert Hills 14-7 over Canyon View. That game in the first quarter. Cedar 21-0 over Hurricane. That game's still in the first quarter. In Region 10, Orem with a 7-0 lead over Salem Hills. Spanish Fork is beating Payson 15-0. Region 11, Bonneville 25-0 over Ben Lomond. In the first quarter, Stansbury 2-touchdown lead on Park City, and Tooele and Ogden are tied at 6. We'll get you the Region 12 scores in just a second. Graff back to pass on 3rd down and 8. Throws it over the middle and just missed his man. Had a guy open and would have been a first down. He was looking for Keaton Schweitzer, but just gunned that one a little too far out in front.
And Graff, probably, 4th or 5th ball AG that he's missed tonight, kind of picking up where he left off a little bit against Snow Canyon. They sent Kazir on a fly route as well. I thought he was covered pretty well.
Adrian Shelton on the coverage on that one, but a good throw would have gotten him a first down. Those Region 12 scores, Bear River Mountain Crest scoreless at the end of one. Skyview in that undefeated battle with a 13-0 lead on Logan in the second quarter, and Ridgeline leads Green Canyon by a score of 7-0. Dallin Brown to return the kick. Pat caught it at the 38. Now gets outside to the 40, 45, 50, and steps out of bounds right around midfield. Again, I'll ask you, when's the last time you saw a quarterback returning punts?
Well, I'm trying to remember Antoine Randall when he did everything for Indiana back in the day. He may be a guy that returned a punt or two because they were throwing it to him. He was playing quarterback a little bit, but I can't think of a quarterback returning punts.
I noticed this year Pineview does not put him on kickoff returns, only on punt returns. I wonder if maybe a late in the game situation when they need a score, they do put him on kickoff returns as well, perhaps. Although anymore, it seems like most kickers in high school are getting into the end zone and they blow the play dead. So it'll be Brown at quarterback with Tosh Wright, the Snow Canyon move into the Pineview territory at running back. Two wide receivers to either side. Brown wants to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run to the 45, and he's spun around and knocked down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. I think Dixie's done a good job. I think you're right. I think they're spying him. They're just, he's getting a few yards, and he doesn't want to run it because they're really keeping a close eye on him. In fact, the Pineview running game has not been not been there, except for the touchdown run. Second down, about 4 yards to go for the Panthers. Brown and Wright in the backfield. It's a read play. He gives to Tosh Wright up the middle. Wright knocked down at the 42-yard line. Gets to the 41 right at the sticks. I think he's got a first down. And the referee says, move those chains.
Nice play here on the left side by Leuven Westfall coming in. Getting some help as well from a defensive back closing in.
First down and 10 Panthers. Wright stays at running back. Brown throws it over the middle, threw it behind his guy and incomplete. Tried to get Moten over the middle, but I don't know what he thought he saw, but he just didn't execute it. I'm going to bring up a second down and 10. That Skyview Logan game, two teams that are 6-0, but I kind of felt like Logan was fool's gold. They were not as good as and they're favored. Nolan Ryan has them favored. Skyview favored by 20. Another pass over the middle. This time the linebacker knocks it down. Is that Jake Staley that got a piece of that?
Yeah, I think so. And the big number 22, he's had a great night for him thus far. And surprised once again on first down, second down on their side of the field. They decided to throw it after that play where Brown had a good gain running the ball, just pulling it down.
That'll bring up third down and 10 for the Panthers. And it's almost like Dixie is saying, we dare you to throw.
Yeah,
we don't think you can throw.
That's right.
Twin wideouts to either side. Right in the backfield with Dallin Brown. They send a man in motion. Hand it to Wright. Wright trying to get a hole up the middle. He has a hole. He's going to be stored to the first down, but he didn't. Looks like maybe a 3-yard gain, and he got that extra surge at the end to make it about an 8-yard gain. That'll bring up fourth down and a manageable 2 yards maybe for a first.
Man, what a power run right over Lorenzo Schwalzer there to create a big gain for Pineview. And we'll see if they trust him to kind of run a zone read again here in short yard situation.
Fourth down and 3. Brown and Wright in the backfield. Defense shows blitz. Staley walking up to the line. They're daring Pineview to run it on fourth down and 3. Now Pineview using a lot of time. Wright goes from left to right. Send a man in motion. Fake the fly. Give it to Wright up the middle. He's got a first down. Just one of those things. How do you guard that? You got the fly sweep. You got to worry about him. You got to worry about Brown keeping the ball, and then he hands it off to Wright, and he pounds it, bowls the guy over.
Yeah, you're trusting your defensive line to have gap discipline and to control those inside gaps. And meanwhile, your linebackers have kind of got to shift with the fly sweep, and beautiful play call, just right up the middle with the big guy.
Needed 3, got 4 on fourth down, and Pineview keeps the drive alive at the 29-yard line. Now an injured player for Dixie, jogging off the field was Schwalzer. I don't know if did you watch Thursday Night Ball last night?
Oh, my God. Finally, we get a great game on Thursday night,
that was fantastic. But the kid, I can't remember his name now, the wide receiver from Minnesota, didn't want to come off the field. They made him come
Thielen.
off the field.
Yeah,
Thielen, yeah. And he came out and made a couple of great plays. And Dixie takes a timeout. So let's take another 30-second break. Again, we appreciate our timeout sponsor, the Ryan Kramer team at RE/MAX. It's a 7-7 game, but Pineview knocking on the door. Back in a minute.
For over 40 years, Doug and Darren
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I
13-7. I think Pineview's was what, 41-13.
Yeah.
Pineview is averaging more than 40 points a game. It's like 48 or something like that, and they have not scored less than 38 in a game this season. Now Pineview fakes the fly sweep. Brown keeping it. Looked like he faked a pitch. Was that a fake pitch? I think he faked a pitch.
Yeah, he did something a little tricky there. Then we'll see here on the replay. Jet sweep, and then he kind of does a spin.
I don't know what that was.
Does something with his off arm to kind of throw off the defense.
Got him 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers. 5:25 left in the first half. Brown rolling to the left this time. Throws the ball out there. Got the ball. The catch is made. Good grab made on the left sideline. And I really am having a hard time with those numbers. Did you see what?
I think that might be Sam Lefevre if that's 18
Lefevre, yep.
On the edge there.
Lefevre with the grab, and that's enough to move the markers again. And in fact, they're in the red zone once again. Pineview and Dixie tied up. Pineview knocking on the door at the 13. Brown with a quick hitter to the left side. Now the refs are going to blow the whistle and call the play dead. I don't know if they're going to call illegal motion. Maybe toss right moving toward the line of scrimmage before. Well, they're just going to say false start. Crowd on this side hoping something good can happen with their defense here on the home side of the field. Coach Monkers asked him before the game. I said, what needs to happen for you? He says, well, no matter what happens, we're going to make money tonight. There should be a good crowd.
Absolutely, on both sides.
So 1st and 15, ball back to the 18-yard line. Wright and Brown looking to the sideline for the call. Trips to the left side for for Pineview High School. Wright goes to Brown's left now. Looks like maybe a read play when they move the running back like that. Let's see. And now the snap. Fake to Wright. Now Brown got the whole right sideline. If he can beat him to the corner, he just does. Gets pulled down, and it's going to be a horse collar tackle. Looked like we'll watch on the replay to see if he grabbed his horse collar, but it looked like that's one of those rules they cracked down on because of injuries. See the sprint to the right side? Yeah, well, that's close. He was jersey and shoulder pad. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I think they made the right call. Who knows if he had the shoulder pads or just the jersey, but I think too close to make that distinction in that situation. Right call.
So they'll tack that on to the end of the run. And actually, Pineview should get the play over as well. Let's see where they finally spot the ball. In high school, that's not an automatic first down. It is at every other level of football, but we'll see. The half the distance after the run, I think, is going to leave them about 2 yards short of the first. One of the guys in the audience says, "Ref, you stink." That's really original. I don't know. I wonder how long he worked. If he has a team of writers for that, or now a timeout taken by Pineview with 5:02 left in the game, in the first half of the game, I should say. I look at this game and I think, all right, Andy, who's got the advantage early on? Obviously, the score is tied, but
oh man,
the physicality of this game, who's winning that? Do you think?
Man, I think in the trenches. Maybe by a hair, it's Pineview a little bit, but Dixie's game plan, leaving the linebackers in the box, not dropping them back too far, and as you say, force Dallin Brown to beat him with his arm is working for Dixie. I mean, it's pretty much a stalemate right now, and I think like a lot of people did, we'd be much more than just 14 total points with 5 minutes left in the first half. So,
but if you remember, these two teams, Pineview was only 14-7 against Snow Canyon in the first half.
That's right.
And Dixie, the final was 13-7. So maybe we were presuming too much when we were assuming it was going to be a shootout. So it will be first down, right? Is that right? 1st and 2 at the 6? Something like that.
It seems weird that it's not 1st and goal. I don't know why it's.
Well,
I guess that they'll have, yeah.
Yeah, you don't get the automatic first down in high school. So Pineview will come out with a 1st and 2 at the 6. Dallin Brown, the quarterback. They move the tight end from right to left. And they pitch it to the left side, and good defensive penetration effort by that man, Jake Staley. He seems to be everywhere, doesn't he?
Just flying off the edge, and he knows he's got it eked out right away of what's happening. Great scouting report by Wayne Alafopo in this defense. Get the pitch, see it, run downhill, and make the play.
Coaches were talking about the Crimson job next year, and they said nobody's going to make a decision until the season is over because it'll probably be one of the assistants in Region 9 right now. I think Wayne Alafopo would make a great head coach, wouldn't he? 2nd down and 2.5 now after the short loss on the play. Brown gives to right hit at the 5, spun around. You get down to maybe the 4. No, they're going to say right at the 5, so it's going to be 3rd down and a yard.
And he's had a couple good battles with Schwaltzer in the middle. That time, Schwaltzer wins. Other times, Tosh has ran him over. Great job by number 30 at Dixie, stopping short of the line to gain there inside the 5.
Cedar now 28-0 over Hurricane. That game just a minute into the 2nd quarter. Tough year for Coach Skylar Miller and the Tigers right now. 3rd down and about 2 to go still. They had 1st and 2. Now it's 3rd and 2. Brown, well, stop everything. We got a flag, and then probably going to be another false start on Pineview. Kind of a disjointed effort right now for the Pineview offense these last 5 minutes or so. That undefeated game is still 13-0 late 2nd quarter, Skyview over Logan. And I didn't see what happened.
I didn't see anybody. Maybe it was a wide receiver because the line looked pretty in sync with the snap to me.
We appreciate the guys in Truck CEC TV crew. Always do a fantastic job. Love those guys. First down today brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. It's going to be 3rd down. They need to get a first down at about the 3. Brown to pass. Here comes the pressure. Rolling to his right side. Gets around the corner. Here comes a holding flag. I think Brown's going to score a touchdown or close to it. You'll have a first down, but it's all going to come back, Andy.
I think the right call, I thought there were 2 that they could have thrown a flag on. The crowd was helping them out to get that second one thrown, and then it worked. They'll get the holding call.
It's kind of funny. We're right in amongst the parents. There's the whole. There he is. Grab the jersey. Perfect call. I don't know about the other ones, but that was a hold right there when he grabbed the jersey. Brown actually got down to the 1. It would have been a first down, but instead it's going to be 3rd down. Ball out to what? The 21. They've got to get it to the 3. So 3rd and 18. Pineview going the wrong way on these last few plays. Now you pretty much have to throw. You can't run it from here. Brown back to pass. Lots of time looking deep over the middle. Got a guy in the back of the end zone. Ball is caught. And he dropped it. He dropped it at the back of the end zone. Should have been a touchdown. And heartbreak for Hunter Moore.
Yeah, over the top. It looked like he came down with it, but just skipped off of his fingertips. We'll see here. Beautiful touch pass here by Dallin Brown. Flings it into the end zone and just dropped.
Just went through his hands.
Yeah.
Now it's 4th down, and they'll bring Connor Brooksby out to try a field goal. Would have been a chip shot a moment ago. Now it's all the way out. Going to be about a 38, 39-yard field goal for Brooksby. Stansbury leading Park City 14-6. That game almost halftime. Field goal setup is the 28, so a 38-yard try for lefty kicker Connor Brooksby. Kick is plenty long. If it's straight, it's good. It's wide right. Wide right. Brooksby, one of the most prolific field goal kickers in Utah history. I think he's top 10, but he missed that one.
What an incredible stand by the Dixie Flyers with some help for some penalties, but to have this series end with no points is pretty miraculous for Coach Alafopo in this defense.
Yeah, he hit that one square. It didn't have any kind of draw or anything. It went straight to the right, period. So, Dixie dodges a bullet, and with 3 minutes left, they could go in the half, either tied or with the lead, perhaps, having the ball here at their own 20. 7-7 our count. Both teams scored relatively easily on one drive, but the other drives haven't been that great. Reggie Graff and company on the O. Graff straight drop. Looks to the left side. Got a guy out there. Diving catch is dropped. Effort over there by Nate Mahi, but it looked like he dove a little too early. Like the timing wasn't quite right.
Yeah, the timing. I totally agree. And he was on the ground. It just kind of skipped off of his chest here. Fireball thrown by Graff, but just couldn't hang
it's
on
like he
the
started
turf.
falling too soon. If he'd been able to keep his feet a little bit longer, would have had to play. We know Dixie's not going to sit on it. And it's 2nd down and 10. I wouldn't be surprised to see a run here, though, to at least run a little bit of time off. On 2nd and 10. Bump and run coverage on the outside. Graff hands it to Benuelos. He's got a hole on the right side. To the 25, to the 30. He's going to get past the marker and get the first down. I think 2 Pineview players took each other out on that play.
A big stock block there by Josh Kazier on the right side. We'll see if it comes in out of the frame. Just missed it. Just a blur on that right side, but he took out 2 guys with a block.
Benuelos gets 12 on the run. 1st down and 10 from the 32 now with 2:48 to go in the half. Dixie and Pineview involved in a good one here. Exactly what we expected. Maybe not the score we expected, but the battle we expected. 2 wide receivers either side for Reggie Graff. Sends a guy in motion. Hands it to that guy, Tyson Miller, trying to get to the edge. Finally does get to the edge, and he's going to have a 1st down and more before he finally rode out of bounds near midfield. Looked like that was not going to work, Andy, and then it worked.
Yeah, just a little stutter step and then a burst around the edge and a great seal block by Weston Benuelos. We'll see him kind of come in and turn back out. Then Benuelos seals Deshaun Allen to give him that 1st down. Great read out the block.
Ball spotted at the 47. They say he stepped on the line at the 47. Be 1st down and 10 there for Dixie with 2:39 on the clock, using the clock very well. Only used 21 seconds so far in this position, and they've gained 27 yards. Graff sends a guy in motion. Motion guy trying to get to the edge. That's Mahi. Mahi gets to the corner and will have 5 yards or so, and then he's pushed out of bounds. Deshaun Allen on the push. But another nice gain for Dixie. This offense is so hard to stop. Kind of, to me, it says a lot about what Snow Canyon was able to do 2 weeks ago in holding Dixie to 13 points.
Absolutely. They're so good horizontally, running side to side, throwing it down the field. That hasn't been the case tonight, but the running game has really picked up Reggie Graff.
Dixie maybe got away with a hold on that one, as I saw in the replay. Somebody had a handful of jersey there. Pickup of 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3. Dixie now on the plus side of the 50 at the 46. Graff sends a guy in motion. That's Miller. Keeps it himself. Tries to get to the right side. He'll have a 1st down along the sideline. Inside the 40, but there is a flag, and maybe they caught him for a hold this time. It's an easy concept. You let go of the guy once he starts pulling away from you. But it's hard sometimes to let go when you're in the heat of battle and you're trying to protect your quarterback. And there's the white hat. He's going to give us the call. It is a hold. Now, that's a spot foul. Good news for Dixie. The spot is at the 41, so it won't go back that far. It'll only be a loss of about 5 yards, and they'll get the play over.
We'll see it here on the replay. It was thrown back by about the 40-yard line. Didn't see it there, but...
So instead of a 1st down, it's 2nd down, about 8, and now Pineview wants a timeout to talk about what they're going to do on defense. 2:26 left in the half. We'll take a 30-second break. Welcome back. Andy Griffin, Andy Thompson live from Brooks Stadium, and a couple of score updates on our Hearst State's Hardware scoreboard. Cedar now 35-0 over Hurricane. That game is still in the 1st half in the 2nd quarter. Desert Hills has opened up a 21-7 lead over Canyon View. It's about halfway through quarter number 2 in that one. And Orem right now, boat racing Salem Hills, 21-0 in that game. Orem, the #1 team in the state, for good reason. They're the defending champs and have arguably the best player in Utah Preps right now in Puka Nakua. 2nd down and 8 for Dixie after the timeout in a tie ball game. Graff keeps it to the right side, trying to get to the edge again, and he is pounded down at midfield. Will fall forward into Pineview territory, right maybe to the 49. Gain of 2 on the play. 3rd down and 6 for Dixie with 2:10 on the clock. Now, Pineview, if they get a stop here, probably going to use a timeout, Andy?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's just the kind of Coach Hauser is, and especially with Croton wanting to get up before halftime.
They are letting it roll, though. 1:55 on the clock, so big play right here. Dixie 3rd down and 6.
Kazir on this right side alone on the short side of the field.
Kraft fakes the handoff, going to the right side for that guy. That's alone. Flag on the play. Defensive holding or interference. Take your pick. That was such a quick drop, quick throw. I think they were still kind of hand fighting a little bit, and the defender didn't get his hands off quick enough when the spotlight was shining.
And just a tough ask for Vlad Jocelyn there. Solo coverage against one of the best receivers for Dixie. And I think a great play call by Coach Monkers.
Yeah, that's one of the things you do when it's bump and run coverage. You throw it to the guy early when they're still bumping. And then when they try to run, the referee said, I got to throw a flag. I think that's the right call. They called defensive holding. I think he grabbed him before the ball was thrown. But that is, in high school, a 10-yard penalty. In the NFL, it's a 5-yard penalty. And it'll be a 1st down for Dixie. Now, they've got a chance to take the lead before the half. Ball inside the 40 at the 39. 1st down and 10. Twin wide receivers either side. Graff, the young gunslinger, picks up the low snap. Quick throw to the right side. Ball a little too high and a big hit. A little Rocky Mountain collision on the end of that play. Not sure what the fans are screaming about. Are we getting so used to not letting them hit in football that we're going to scream when our guy gets hit?
I know. And just a really good, just a shoulder. Just puts his shoulder right into the chest of Mahi.
That's a legit hit by Jashawn Allen. There's nobody should be screaming about that one.
Yeah, very clean.
I don't think Mahi even felt bad about it. He was mad at himself for not catching the ball. 2nd down and 10 from the 39. 1:35 on the clock. Dixie trying to use it all and go in the half with the lead. Reggie Graff gets a snap, straight drop. Here comes the pressure, throws a little screen to the right side, but Dixie or Pineview's all over it, and poor Weston Banuelos is going to lose 5 or 6 yards.
Wow, what a read by Connor Johnson, sniffing out the inside screen, sees it right away, and right when it's caught, textbook tackle on Weston Banuelos.
I'm thinking they must have been in man coverage. Yeah, they must have been in man coverage. They said, that's my guy. He got off the block and got there in a hurry. Excellent play by Johnson. Now it's 3rd and 16 with 1:04 left and the clock rolling. So Dixie's like, it's either we're going to have the lead or we're going to be tied. They milked this clock down under a minute now. 3rd down, 15, 16 yards to go. Graff straight drop, looking deep right side. Now he's sacked. He's taken down hard. Big sack by Pineview High School.
Koa Katoa, who's had a couple plays inside the box, but his first one behind the line of scrimmage could come at a bigger time with Dixie threatening before halftime.
And Pineview does, I believe, take a timeout with 44 seconds to go in the half. And Dixie facing a 4th down and 22. Probably a pretty good timeout, huh? Although you're not looking to get great field position, perhaps, but you do have that guy back there on the kick return in Dallin Brown.
Yeah, I think hoping that somehow they make a big mistake and kick it to him, maybe get a return past the 50, and then you can do something with it with a one timeout and over 40 seconds.
I would think the old ball coach, Blaine Monkers, went to his punter and said, do not kick it to number 1, period. Kick it out of bounds. I don't care where. Don't kick it to him. So timeouts again brought to you by Ryan Kramer team at RE/MAX. They're #1 real estate agent in Washington County. Score big this fall with the Ryan Kramer team. Visit RyanKramerTeam.com. We're in a timeout here. Again, a 7-7 ball game. We expected a 21-21 game and a half, right?
I did.
Yeah. So I guess you take the under and you're going to get rich tonight.
Absolutely, and especially after that first series. I mean, Pineview went down like knife through butter, and since then, Dixie's done a great job.
I remember, speaking of hot knife through butter, I
Yeah.
wrote a short story once about, I was covering SUU. Wrote a story, they had gotten beaten by Northern Arizona, it was like 52-24 or something, and I said their defense gave up yardage like a hot knife through butter. I was not allowed to go to their practice after that.
Oh, no.
They wouldn't let me talk to
Sensitive.
them. Yeah. Ball was kicked away from the return man and is down at the 25-yard line. Not great yardage on the kick, but when you consider they didn't kick it to number one, that's probably a win situation.
Absolutely. Big success for Dixie. We'll see. But there's so many different options for this Pineview offense of what the heck they're going to do. It looks like Brown will be back at quarterback with 38 seconds left.
Pineview takes over, 75 yards from pay dirt, only 38 seconds to work with. They'll be running the 2-minute offense. They go quick anyway, so not surprising. Brown to pass, looking deep left side, nothing there. Now he throws a quick one over the head of, I think he saw the defender over the head of right. I think he saw the defender lurking. You know what, I'll just throw that away.
Absolutely. And I like the awareness there to not get your guy killed on a pass like that.
Yeah.
I think University of Utah's quarterback could take a lesson from Dallin Brown a little bit.
Yep. Was it Bo Schembechler or somebody used to say, on the forward pass, there's three things that can happen and two of them are bad.
That's right. That's right.
And if you add in getting your guy killed, that might be a third one. They hand off to Wright now up the middle. Looks like Pineview maybe is going to be content with a 7-7 game at the half because Wright gets about 3 yards in a cloud of pellets, and the clock's going to keep running with 20 seconds left. 3rd down and 6. 15 seconds now. Pineview does not have to snap it, and we'll go to half. Let's see if they do. Now 10 seconds to go. They do snap it. Brown back to pass. Scrambling. Throws to Wright on the sideline. Wright is going to go out of bounds with 3 seconds to go. Pineview facing a 4th down and 2. And at this point, Andy, what do you do?
Yeah, you don't want to necessarily kick it back to an athletic guy like Mahi. You can run around for a while and just throw it out of bounds, I guess, but it looks like they're going to just do the conventional thing and go ahead and boot it.
I'd tell my kicker, kick this out of bounds,
Absolutely.
too, at this point. I almost wonder, why don't you just run a play with 2 seconds to go, 3 seconds to go? They do. I mean, a lot of bad things can happen on a punt. A bad snap or a block. It is a good snap, and they get the kick away. It's a high kick, and Dixie actually sent no one back. They don't care. They were going for the block. Pineview will down it, and that's the half. Rather anticlimactic ending to a 7-7 first half, but that's how it's going to be. And Region 9, first place perhaps up for grabs. These two teams play to a 7-7 stalemate. Let's get Andy Thompson's thoughts before we go to break.
Well, it's a defensive struggle, the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. Pineview is stifling Reggie Graff throwing the ball, and Dixie's kind of slowing down Pineview's Dallin Brown running the ball. So they're each doing exactly what their game plan should have been, and it's worked out for them, and we're at a stalemate.
We are at a stalemate. 7-7 our score, halftime coming up, and thankfully it's not homecoming, it's not senior night, so we might have actually a kind of a normal halftime. We'll step away on our one-loss scoreboard. We go to the Info West halftime. It is Dixie 7, Pineview 7, back in 2 minutes.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. The big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
There is a place where young and old make connections. Where kids feel like grown-ups. And grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast. Where wonder is universal. And laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future. Families find each other. And feelings find their home. There is a place.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to our set here of Talking Point Live. We're just getting ready to shoot our show, but we thought we'd put out a little bit of a promotion so you know when this is going to be rebroadcast.
Right. You can find us at 9:30,
12:30,
4:30.
Sorry, did I step on you? I'm always stepping on
You are.
Tune in and watch me step on Jen Moore. On Talking
Or
Point Live.
attempt to, anyway.
Welcome back. It's halftime here from Dixie High School. You can see the Jetettes doing their thing. The top drill team, dance teams around, and the Jetettes representing here at Dixie High School. A couple of scores from around the region before we get to the rest of our Info West halftime report. Is 28-7 now. Desert Hills playing without starting quarterback Logan Winstead, who was suspended. You have to, if you get thrown out of a game, you have to miss the next game too. He was, I guess, arguing a call or something and got 2 personal fouls. Unsportsmanlike, he was thrown out of the game. So Hunter Bentley is playing quarterback and doing a pretty good job. Just threw a touchdown pass to Kina Taupa, and it's 28-7. Desert Hills lead over Canyon View at the half. So congratulations to Bentley, who probably didn't think he was going to get a lot of PT this year, but he's getting some, isn't he?
Absolutely, and always nice to have Kina Taupa out of the backfield running the ball. He's been awesome all season long. And even when Saul Andrus has been out, he has been very dependable for Coach Murdoch.
So that game at 28-7. Last we heard from Cedar and Hurricane, it was 35-0. Cedar at home all over the Hurricane Tigers in that contest. And right here at 7-7, Dixie and Pineview. There's a look at your Region 9 update brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware in the corner of Boulevard and Bluff, and of course on Main Street in Cedar City. So thanks so much for that. Now, I know we got a Frogger contest coming up here at halftime. Right now they got little girls dancing. Got all kinds of fun stuff going on here at Dixie High School. But let's talk football a little bit, Andy, and talk about why these teams who we thought were going to score a ton of points today are not doing it.
Well, I think a lot of credit's got to be given to Coach Olofopo and his defense, his front seven, but especially the linebackers. Jake Staley has been asked to kind of be the man tonight, like he is every game, but especially tonight against Dallin Brown. It's kind of a one-on-one matchup. Brown's gotten a little bit, but I think a lot of credit is deserved by Staley getting into the backfield, disrupting things, also keeping him pinned and spied and forcing him into throws that have been productive for Brown, but have been less than what he would be able to do on his feet. Also, Schwalzer has had a great game at the linebacker position, putting his head in there against Tosh Wright. So this defensive front for Dixie, I think, has been awesome, somehow holding this Pineview team to 7 points in one half.
Perhaps we're going to see maybe how good a coordinator Gary Croton is as he tries to make some halftime adjustments and adjust to what Coach Olofopo has done in putting it together for this Dixie defense. I think I agree with you. I think it's a fantastic job done by the Dixie defense. We got to give some credit to the Pineview defense as well, as they hold Dixie to 7 points in the first half and a total of 127 yards of offense for the Dixie Flyers and Coach Nick Hansen, who came over from Desert Hills in the offseason. In fact, that was kind of the headliner in the offseason in Region 9 football. Gary Croton going offensive coordinator for Pineview. Nick Hansen going from Desert Hills to Pineview. And Nick Hansen is a film fanatic. Both of these defenses, Olofopo and Hansen, the coordinators, have done a fantastic job in this game.
Absolutely, and Hansen's got a great game out of that John Perry. Koa Katoa we saw the last series with a sack, but he's done a good job making tackles in the box and controlling his inside gap. He's done a great job. And for Dixie offensively, right now, Reggie Graff has not gotten going throwing the ball hardly at all. With his outside guys, maybe a little bit. Mahi hasn't gotten a lot of targets. He's missed a few guys in the first half. Probably had 4 big plays that he overthrew. So that's going to be a big adjustment for him to respond. We saw a little bit in that Cedar game where he struggled in the first half and then came out of the locker room after having some one-on-one time with Coach Monkers and totally changed around the game and came back to win that game against the Redmond. The Flyer fans are hoping for a similar result tonight.
Graff in the first half is 5 of 13 as we look at our Wilkinson stat line. He has 39 yards passing in the first half. The leading rusher for Dixie is Tyson Miller with 2 carries, 29 yards. He has that 1 touchdown run. And then Travis Muir, 1 catch, 23 yards to lead the team in receiving. I don't know that that's a good thing if your wideout is your leading rusher for Dixie High School. They need more out of, obviously, the quarterback Graff, but also Weston Banuelos. Those 2 guys have combined for 48 yards on 10 carries. So 4 or 5 yards a carry is not bad, but you need more.
Yeah, I agree. I think Weston just needs more carries. I think they've underutilized the zone read because Graff is a legitimate threat to run the ball, and obviously Banuelos is a tough runner. We've seen excellent things out of him this season, and probably expect to see, now that it's kind of become a low-scoring game, a time of possession type battle, I wouldn't be surprised if Weston gets a lot more opportunities in the second half.
Pineview has passed for 106 yards, the combined passing of Brown and McLeod Croton, 11 of 21, 106 yards, no turnovers, but also no touchdowns in the first half passing the football. Again, total offense, Pineview 152, Dixie 127. Keep in mind, though, Pineview got 80 of those yards on their very first drive of the game.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 right down the field. Since then, they only have 72 yards the entire rest of the first half.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they came in with a similar approach as they did that very first drive in the first half with McLeod at quarterback, more Dallin Brown at running back, getting fly sweeps, throwing it out of the backfield, getting bubble screens and stuff like that, because just having him back there trying to read, trying to throw it, Dixie's so good at keeping him in the pocket tonight that it kind of neutralizes their offense.
I think it's, one of the strengths I'm seeing on this Dixie team is quickness in pursuit, good lateral quickness, and that I think it's frustrated Brown. And I think that's a big part of why Dixie's been able to do what they've been able to do. By the way, this is a weird stat, but Pineview already 14 third downs in this game. That's a number you have in a whole game.
Yeah.
They did it in half. They're 4 out of 14 on third down. They're 0 for 2 on fourth down. So combined 4 out of 16 in the first half on third and fourth downs. And that's not going to do it. That's not going to get you a victory.
Yeah, that is abnormally high for especially in a high school game to have that many third and fourth downs already.
By comparison, Dixie has 5. They're 1 for 5.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
I'm not sure why it came down to that. I know penalties were a factor, but you got to figure maybe Dixie, just their contained defense, has forced Pineview into a lot of tough third down situations. I know they had, third and 23 at one point, where they ended up missing the field goal. They had third and long as well. It was like third and 13 or something like that. So I guess one of the problems for Pineview is they've not been able to stay ahead of the chains. That's a big one. We're at the half, 5:17 to go until we get ready for the half number 2. It is a 7-7 tie, Dixie and Pineview. Great battle going on. Unfortunately, the punters have gotten as much playing time as just about anybody else in this first half, and that's why we have a 7-7 tie. Let's take a break. It is the Infowest Halftime Report. We're back in 2 minutes with the Region 9.
Coach Epson from Postgame.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
West Halftime Show. A comprehensive lightning-fast look at all the stars, stats, and highlights, plus score updates and reactions from around Region 9. Let's go back down to the guys in the field with the call on your Region 9 radio network.
All right, let's take a look at our Hearst Ace Hardware scoreboard here at the Info West Halftime Report. I'm going to read you some scores, and we're going to get Andy Thompson's 1 or 2 or 3 word reactions to these scores. You ready?
Yes.
A little psychological.
Absolutely.
At the half, Desert Hills 28, Canyon View 7.
Predictable.
Predictable. Perfect. At the half, 35-0, Cedar of Oregon.
Yikes.
Yikes, that's a good answer right there. Okay, at the half, Orem, the #1 ranked team in the state, 28-0 over Salem Hills.
Scary. Salem Hills is good. I was impressed with them with how they played against Desert Hills, and Orem's just a monster.
Also in Region 10, Spanish Fork over Payson, 29-0. I think we can. I'll answer this one for you. Payson was a pretender. They at one point were 3-0, and now they're not.
Yeah.
Back to Region 11, Bonneville, Ben Low. I'm not even giving the score. Bonneville's up big, but who cares? They're both bad. Stansbury 20, Park City 6. That's probably the Region 11 championship game right there. And Stansbury up by 14 at the half at Park City. Any reaction there? Good Stansbury, Stallion?
Stansbury's good this year.
Are they good? Are they good enough to compete with the Orems and the Pine and the Dixies?
No.
Okay. No. Ogden 13, Tooele 7. Ogden actually, as bad as they've been, they've kind of like been the Canyon View of northern Utah. They're not too bad this year.
They're not. And I've got a family connection there. As the head coach Eric Thompson, took a tough job and is actually winning some games, right?
Got him playing ball. Okay, Region 12, in my mind, excluding Orem, this is the other really tough region in the state. The undefeated battle, Skyview at the half leading Logan 27-7.
I'm going to say shock because I kind of bought it into the Grizzly stuff, it's always good out of Cache Valley when all three, and now there's 1,000 teams up there, but Logan, Skyview, and Mountain Crest are all good. I was hoping Logan would be a legitimate contender, but it doesn't necessarily look like that might be the case.
Other Region 12 scores, Ridgeline, Green Canyon 14-14 at the half. And Mountain Crest, Bear River 3-0 Mountain Crest at the half. Mountain Crest was undefeated until last week. They lost to Skyview, and pretty handily, actually. So Bear River's not supposed to be very good this year, so that score surprised me a little, 3-0 at the half. And that's your 4A Roundup brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware here on ESPN Radio. Okay, so let's look at the rest of the state. Skyview obviously is a team that they went into the championship game last year undefeated, ended up losing to Puka and the gang at Orem. But they're undefeated again. It looks like they're going to stay that way and probably all the way into the playoffs undefeated. Can we take Skyview seriously? Are they good enough to give Orem a run?
I mean, I think they're good enough to get to play Orem again, but I don't think anybody. That's what's so defeating about this year for me in 4A is you just have this king of the mountain that it just seems so ominous. But that's what might make it fun is one of these teams from Region 9 or a team like Skyview can surprise them and upset them if they get content.
Skyview's probably going to be 7-0. They're up 20 at the half. Orem, they actually are 4-2 right now. They're going to be 5-2. They're up 4 touchdowns, but I'm a little bit surprised, Andy, in that Orem has lost a couple of games. You look who they play, though. They're playing Santa Margarita, California, and all these different teams. And
played Bingham.
Yeah, they played Bingham. Actually gave them a pretty good game.
And it's fun to Puka, as you said, probably one of the best players in the state. I mean, he went for 300-something yards last week. That's kind of normal for him. And then Sewell's up there playing both sides of the ball, just knocking people over. And they've got their good quarterback back as well.
Yeah,
so
Cooper Lagai,
right. So it's just a tough matchup for these 4A schools.
I kind of, Tosh Wright moving into the Pineview territory, think, that's tough for Snow County. They lost their best player or one of their best players, but to have, in my mind, Noah Sewell, who's I think he's only a junior still, right?
That's right.
Moved to the best team in the state that already had beaten everybody.
Yes.
And now you get the best linebacker in the state.
Yeah, right.
Over there, and they've got him playing some running back too. And it's like, wow, the rich really got richer, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Man, oh man. Well, we're at the half here. They've got 12 minutes on the clock. We're ready to go, I think, for the second half. Remember, Dixie deferred, and we'll get the football first to start half number 2. And You know, I'm a believer. I felt like, even though Nolan Perry had this as a pick 'em game, I felt like Pineview was probably had the advantage in this game. But Dixie's getting it done as Devin Dixon's over here. Nice looking dude there. How'd the cornhole go?
What's up, guys?
How you doing, Dev?
I was down the field helping with the ESPN Summit Athletic Club
Did you do the Frogger?
race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see you on one of those things.
It looked hard.
It
How about
did
my
look
Sean
hard.
Estridge? Number 2
She won it?
goaltender. She was the one that
That
won
was
it.
her?
The goaltender
Wow.
for Dixie High. She's the number 2 goaltender in saves in the nation.
Wow.
In the nation. And she whooped those boys down there.
She did good. Well, that one guy had the lead early, but she stayed with it, and he kind of ran out of gas.
What a game so far, huh, fellas?
Great football game, and Dixie will get the ball first.
I asked Coach Ken Beezer, one of the assistants at Dixie, I said, did Coach Munkers get after him? And he says, no, it's pretty quiet in there, just adjustments. We're going to be fine.
Brooksby, the left-footed kicker, kicks it into the end zone as we start half number 2 here on the air. Devin, let me before you give it back to Andy, just your thoughts on it. Are you shocked that it's only 7-7?
You know what? They've done a good job limiting Dallin Brown. I mean, Dixie has played hard. I figured this game would be won down in the trenches, and I feel like it's been pretty physical. And I missed the first quarter. I got here second quarter on. We had our cornhole championships, and congratulations to Zane Wilson. He's a champion over there.
Yeah. What was the percentage? Was he just like throwing him in the hole every time?
Dude, he had to beat AJ Molina twice, and he was on fire. But yeah, I look forward to seeing, these two teams, very talented, inside track to Region 9 title. It's going to be fun. I'll let you guys get back to the call. Have fun, boys.
Thanks, Devin. Appreciate it. Devin Dixon joining us for a few minutes here at the half. We start half number 2. First down and 10. Ball thrown underneath. Catch made by Tyson Miller at the 25. He's hog-tied there and finally thrown down. They'll keep the clock rolling. 5-yard quick hitch by Tyson Miller off the left-handed throw from Reggie Graff. 2nd and 5.
I like that. Nickel and dime. Just get a good, crisp throw right away to a wide-open receiver on first down.
Well, and Graff was only 5 of 13 in the first half. So to throw a quick, easy hitch for him to start the half, I think is a huge
Absolutely.
play.
Agree.
Very, very key play, I think, in just kind of getting his confidence going again. He's a talented kid. 2nd down and 5 from the 25. Dixie on the O. They send Miller in motion. Hand it off to him, trying to get around the edge. He gets a block out there. Cuts it upfield at the 25, but really nowhere to go. Keeps the play alive, but he's going to end up losing yardage as he does so. That time, you never quite let him get to the corner.
Yeah, it looked like he got the edge a couple different times, but then there was just more and more guys. He got past Deshaun Allen, but then Koa Katoa just comes in and lays down the hammer.
See the replay there. Good block on the edge, but he looking around. He's like, wow, there's guys out there waiting for me. Number 2, Adrian Shelton was the first man there. Then company came and took him down, and now it's a 3rd down, about 7 for Dixie. So they defer so they can get the ball first, but if they don't get a first down here, they have to give it right back to Pineview. So big play. Graff to throw, looking left side. Overthrows his man, a little too high, a little too hard for Miller on the left side, and they are going to have to punt it.
And great play there by Vlad Jocelyn. Lets the receiver know about how good a play he just made.
I like to play. I don't like to talk. Some guys can't play without trash talking. I like to play pickleball a lot. It looks like they were trying for Travis Muir on that one, by the way. But, I play with this one lady, and she cannot play without trash talking. Pickleball.
That gets her going, huh?
Yeah, that's how she plays. And she apologizes later. I'm sorry for doing that, but she can't do it without. So punt formation for Dixie on 4th down and 7. The kick is up. It's a high kick, and this one might be returnable. No. Dallin Brown stays away from it and will roll dead at about the 32-yard line. Not sure why he didn't make more effort to get up there and field that thing, but it worked out well for Dixie.
I agree with you. Finally get a chance to field one, and
maybe he was stunned that it was actually almost catchable, because they kicked it away from him so much in this game. So Dallin Brown will be the quarterback. We'll see what kind of adjustments Croton, the O coordinator, has made with Tosh Wright, the running back. First play is a handoff to Wright. Wright running downhill, runs in to the secondary and runs a guy over and goes down at the 44, 45-yard line. That's a first down run by big Tosh Wright.
And for the few carries he's had, he's done, I think, an excellent job tonight. Nothing fancy. He's so good at, he got a pretty good hole there, but he's great at seeing it and just bursting through the hole.
Another play up the middle for Tosh, and he'll have a modest gain this time, only about 2 yards. But Pineview looking maybe the adjustment is let's establish the run game here, huh? Down the rock a little bit. Yes, you can pound the rock in the spread formation. Not the same as the old power I, but it still works. Now this time Brown keeps it, stumbles at the 50, dives forward to the 48-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down at about 3.5, 4 yards to go for the Pineview Panthers.
And we've seen Reimer uses that jet sweep guy. I think it's yet to give it to him around the edge tonight.
Yeah, that might be a key play here. They send him in motion. Hand it off to him, trying to get to the corner. Not there. Dixie blows it up. The carrier on the play was Daylor Reimer, as you called. That's a great prediction, but apparently Dixie saw it coming too, because they were on it.
Absolutely, and it's going to be Jake Staley who gets a chance to tackle somebody else besides Dallin Brown tonight, and he gets right to his legs and stops him short.
That'll bring up 4th down and 5, and it looks like Pineview and Brooksby are going to punt it. The game brought to you in part by Intermountain Acceleration. Great list of guys that take advantage of it. The punt is not a good kick. Goes off the side of Brooksby's foot, and it's going to be about a 10-yard, maybe 15-yard punt. That did not work well at all for Brooksby, the lefty kicker. Did they get a hand on it?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering right now. It was so odd for a good punter like Brooksby. I know he was pressured, but...
And that exchange of punts will work heavily in Dixie's favor now, as they get it out to the 43-yard line. Huge play for them on the muffed kick. I don't think they hit it.
I don't think so.
I think it was just off the side of his foot. So Dixie with great field position at the 43-yard line. Reggie Graff, Weston Banuelos in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on either side. They send Tyson Miller in motion, fake the handoff to him. Graff gets the pass away, got a guy wide open, ball is caught. They're going to catch him from behind and throw him down, but a huge gain of about 40 yards on the play-action pass to Nate Mahi.
And one of few attempts tonight where Mahi's able to get targeted down the field. Beautiful first down, catch him off guard, little play fake, and then a floater to a wide-open Mahi streaking down the seam. Great run-up play out of the locker room by Coach Monkers.
Ball a little underthrown. It had to be, because you don't want to overthrow a guy when he's got a big, long gainer like that. Adrian Shelton makes up the ground, but when he did, the ball was all the way down inside the red zone to the 18-yard line. First down and 10, Graff. Draw play to Banuelos. He's got a hole up the middle to the 15, down near the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Maybe another first down. In fact, the referee says, drop the chains. We got a 1st and goal. That was a delayed handoff.
And look at that right side of that offensive line. I think that was Guy Ludlow from the right guard position, getting his guy about 5 yards off the ball.
Clean up on the play by John Perry, but not until he'd already gained a bunch of yards, and the ball spotted at the 7. So first down, goal to go for the Dixie Flyers at the 7, looking to take their first lead of the game. Graff and Banuelos in the backfield. Banuelos to his left, twin wide receivers either side. Send Miller in motion. Graff wants to throw, throws it over the middle. Ball caught, touchdown. Touchdown. Josh Kazir with the TD.
Just a little inside move, gets inside the defensive back, and he's so tough when there's just one guy guarding him in one-on-one situations in the red zone and on third down. This time just an easy drive after they get a great field position after the punt. And the adjustments were there.
We talk about adjustments made at the halftime. I was thinking Croton, but it was actually maybe Monkers who made the good adjustments at halftime, as they go right down the field. Play action seemed to be the key, getting guys open. And Graff hits Kazir for the touchdown. Now the Utah Gastroenterology extra point to make it a 7-point game for Dixie. Kick is not good. I don't know if they got a piece of it or we just mishit it, but either way, it's going to remain 13-7 with 7:41 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Curtis from Finley Volkswagen. We are excited about local sports again this year in Region 9. Go get some wins.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
So Dixie gets the touchdown and the lead. The kick goes into the end zone, just barely. And Pineview will start at their own 20-yard line. But the adjustments, every pass on that drive was a play-action pass, whether it was a play-action and fly sweep or the play-action to Banuelos. That seemed to really, I don't know, maybe catch Pineview peeking in the backfield?
Absolutely, because they were open guys. The one strike down the middle to Mahi, and then the touchdown to Kazir. Just open receivers, easy options for Reggie Graff.
By the way, that was a 35-yard pass play, the one to Mahi that set up the touchdown. Now Pineview coming out and slipping, maybe as he makes a cut, was Tosh Wright. And I thought maybe could have been a big gainer there, but he slipped down, and he might be a little bit hurt.
Hey,
watch right here. He tries to make a cut, and boop, it goes right out from under him. He's second down and about 8 yards to go for Pineview. Had one huge drive to start the game and really hasn't done much since. Now a stoppage of play as the referee says, my timeout.
Looks like Tosh might be fixing a brace or something on his knee.
Yeah. Does have the bum knee, missed most of the game against Snow Canyon last week. Had 58 yards in the first quarter, didn't play again. And Kyson Sertonio got some playing time. Ended up scoring a touchdown in that ball game and that win over Snow Canyon. Pineview had a huge third quarter in that game. They were up 14-7.5 and ended up with a 35-7 lead after 3. And right there, his foot goes out from under him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's going to go off injured, I think. Not just the brace. I think he may be in some pain.
Yeah, I agree.
That's big for Pineview because Tosh Wright has been a big part of what they do. You can kind of play Brown a little more straight up on the read play, knowing that Sertonio is probably not as big a threat as Brown. Back to live play now, second down and 8 for the Panthers. Brown hands it off to Sertonio around the right side, trying to get to the corner, and Dixie won't let him get there. Gonna lose yardage.
And they've just had nowhere to run to that side all night long, trying to get the edge is Sertonio. And, man, what a play by Jackson Rayos that time.
Yep.
Big hit.
Third down and 12, loss of about 4 yards on that play, and Brown will have to throw it or at least go back to pass in this situation. Now he's going to run it, and he's tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Thought he had a hole, and what a great play. Was that Walden?
Yeah, Connor Walden. Staley was chasing him down. And, man, Brown's kind of had a frustrating night trying to get things going with his feet. Dixie's been all over the place, making it difficult for him.
Walden kind of submarined him in there. And, again, great defense by Dixie. And the Flyers have held this 48-point-a-game offense to 7 through 2.5 quarters. This time, Brooksby maybe trying to make up for that bad punt a minute ago. Hits a pretty good one this time. It'll roll dead at about the 35-yard line of the Dixie Flyers. But now Dixie with the lead and the football. And I don't know if we can call it an upset, but it feels like an upset is brewing.
It does, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, I think Pineview needs to do, I don't know what it is, and far be it for me to, you know, try to guess, but something needs to be changed offensively. You know, in that first game, McLeod-Croton was kind of bailed out by Dallin Brown against Green Canyon. Maybe we'll see the reverse a little bit. Maybe they'll start using Dallin more as a weapon off the ball as opposed to quarterback.
Score, Hershey's Hardware score, Desert Hills scores again. Fourth TD by Kina Taufa of the night. And Desert Hills now with a 35-7 lead over Canyon View. That Desert Hills defense is legit. Taufa's legit too, but that defense is legit. Canyon View's been able to score on just about anybody. But not tonight. They only have the one touchdown. Tyson Miller in motion. Now the backfield is empty. Reggie Graff wants to throw. Looking left side deep for Miller. Miller is open. Ball is caught. That's going to be a touchdown. Wide open. Tyson Miller, who lined up in the backfield, went on the sprint. Fly pattern was wide open, and Dixie has taken a 19-7 lead.
And on another first down play, and Coach Monter's just stoic on the sideline. And talking to Coach Olavapo with a little bit of a smile.
That's the same look I have when I'm on Madden. I'm throwing for 600 yards. I do
just
it.
A smug look. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Oh man!
I think this is a good call, and I hate to side with the official because I usually don't. But
yeah,
Looked like Miller started moving forward
Going
just
forward,
a touch before the snap, and you can't do it. In Canada, you can do that. In the United States, you cannot do that. And you see a look right there at Rambo there, one of the assistant coaches, a little frustrated, a little chagrined. But I think this is a good call. I hate to say it, but watch right here. Watch him move right toward the line, right there.
Peeking up a
You
little bit.
can't do
Yeah,
that.
I think that's the right call.
You can't do that, folks.
And devastating for Dixie because that's probably the last chance you had to catch him sleeping on first down with a deep pass.
So now it'll be 1st and 15 back at the 30-yard line. I never saw a flag, by the way. Obviously, there was one. But I didn't see one. But Dixie will try again. First down. Hand off to Banuelos, trying to get to the right side. He's got room out there. He's got 5 yards, 10 yards, and about 11 or 12 yards around the left side. And they're getting to the edge, something they weren't doing in the first half.
Yeah, and the legs right now, and obviously all the momentum with the team in blue is Banuelos with a rare opportunity to catch the edge and get positive yards with the run.
He got 11 on 1st and 15, so it'll be 2nd down and 4. And right now, Dixie I think they look fresher.
They do.
I think they
absolutely
look, fresh and energetic. 2nd down and 4 from the 41. Dixie up by 6. After the TD was called back. This time, Reggie Graff right up the middle. He'll have a first down across the 45 to the 47. Man, he's quick.
Beautiful read, no hesitation. As soon as he sees the end crash, he goes straight up the middle with his head down and gets the first down.
And that's the one thing I've noticed about Brown is quick, but he usually is a little more patient on those reads.
Yeah, you're right.
Picking his hole, but the Graff didn't wait at all. He just said, I'm going. So big gainer for Reggie Graff and a big first down again for Dixie on the move with a 6-point lead. And again, it feels like the upset is brewing here at Walbrook Stadium. By the way, that touchdown that didn't count was a 65-yard bomb. Sadly, for Dixie, doesn't count. But they're still on the move here. 1st and 10 at the 47. Graff to throw. Throws it over the middle. Ball in traffic and knocked away, incomplete. Fans say interference. I guess when you root for one team, you see it one way every time.
Adrian Sheldon
we're
here
right
on
in
the
the
coverage.
parents section.
I think good call.
You could make a case that no call, or you could make a case like, if I'm wearing blue, I said, well, he had his hand in his back.
Absolutely.
But the referee rules that was incidental contact to the play. 2nd down and 10. Dixie taking a long time this time. We're used to the fast pace. They might have to hurry to get this play off or use a timeout. We'll watch the back judge here to see if he starts counting the time off. 2nd down and 10. 4:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dixie's had the ball pretty much virtually the entire quarter. And now Dixie has to take a timeout. They see the countdown going down and say, we got to take it. So we're going to take it with them. 4:19 left in the 3rd. On our one-out scoreboard, 13-7. Dixie back in a minute.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana.
Dixie facing a 2nd down and 10 at the 47-yard line. They send the motion man again. This is Tyson Miller, and now a stoppage of play. Timeout, Pineview. So we're going to, since we just had a timeout, we're going to keep it right here, Andy. It's 13-7 Dixie lead. They have the ball near midfield. The only other score we had update from 4-8, Skyview now 33-7 over Logan at the end of 3. And You were drinking the Grizzly Kool-Aid.
I was, man.
But it turns out the Kool-Aid was tainted.
Yeah, I'm vomiting it out right now for sure.
Yeah, I think that's one of those words you're not supposed to use on live radio, vomit. But no, I'm just kidding.
That's one of the 7 words. Huh?
Yeah, one of the 7 words. Yeah, now that George Carlin blew all that up. Are you old enough to?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. How old are you, by the way?
I'm a lot older than some people think.
Yeah.
I'm 32. 30.
Wow.
32.
So
Gonna be 33.
You're not old enough for Streets of San Francisco, but maybe Seinfeld, huh?
Absolutely. That's my favorite show right there.
Seinfeld? Good
yeah,
stuff.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. We had a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
We had a pact. 47-0 now, Cedar leading Hurricane. And like we said, Desert Hills a 35-7 lead over Canyon View. So this is the only close game so far in the region tonight. Orem still up 28-7 over Salem Hills. Second down and 10 for Dixie at their own 47. They send a man in motion again. That is Miller. The linebacker's going to have to try and cover him. Graff looking his way, now in trouble. Throws the ball deep, got him again, and the ball is not caught. That was close. A lot of contact, no flag. Tyson Miller said something to the official, like, how about a flag? We have an injury back there? Yeah, I think that DB's a little dinged up. Let's see if we can watch the end of this play and see if there was a little too much contact. Boy, it didn't look like an interference unless it happened earlier.
And we talk about adjustments. They've run kind of motioned out to 5 wide 2 plays in a row, which I don't think we saw a lot in the first half, which I think caused the Pineview timeout before, and then we see it worked had a guy open there.
Yeah. Third down and 10.
Covering somebody.
That's good coaching, by the way.
Yeah.
I love it. Isolate what should be a running back, but it's actually a wide receiver in Miller, one-on-one with the linebacker, and it's paid off. Third down and 10, though. Now they run a delayed draw to Banuelos. Banuelos is going to have a first down and more into the secondary, inside the 40, down to the 32-yard line. It looked like they had him 3 or 4 yards into that, and he just ran through it.
And what a burst there right through the middle.
Was that Miller, not Banuelos?
Yeah, Miller showing off the speed. They're putting him at halfback, which I think is a smart move. He's got that scat back speed and just burst through. Almost took it there if it wasn't for Deshaun Allen.
Well, let me say this about Tyson Miller. I think he's a great athlete, a great player. He didn't touch the ball on offense against Snow Canyon 2 weeks ago. Not a catch, not a rush.
Yeah.
So maybe Coach realized we need to make sure Tyson gets the ball a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And it paid off big time. First down and 10, Dixie. Inside the 35-yard line of Pineview with a 6-point lead. Send a man in motion. Graff wants to throw. Got a guy deep out there. Could be a TD. It's been stopped just a little too far for Kazir. Oh, man, that was close.
Man, they are throwing bombs in this third quarter. Kazir laid out for that one, just a little bit overthrown.
I think Dixie has said, all right, if you're going to cover us man coverage, we're just going to keep hucking it out there until something happens. And Graff showing plenty of arm. That's about a 45-yard ball in the air, and just a little too far. Got his hand on it. Dixon would say he should have caught that one, right?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't where he had to extend all the way out to reach for it. It was off the fingertips. It kind of hit him right in the body.
Second down and 10. Dixie taking haymaker throws at the Pineview defense. So far, Pineview's gotten away with it. Second and 10. Graff straight drop. Here comes the pressure. Ball deep again over the middle. This time, it is called for a touchdown. What a great grab by Kazir. Josh Kazir with the TD, no flag. And the Dixie fans are celebrating.
Unbelievable, just ran the exact same play a few times that drive, and Adrian Shelton just not enough, not horrible coverage, but a beautifully delivered ball, kind of going towards the middle of the field that time to Kazir.
I kind of had a feeling that Kazir, when he didn't get that, but he touched the last one and said, just give me another chance, man. Let me do it again.
Let's go again.
And he did it. Now, Dixie looks like they're lining up to kick it. I am surprised. I kind of thought maybe they'd go for 2 in this situation, because Pineview certainly has an offense that can put up points. You go for 1 here, you're up 13 with 3:22 to go in the third. They are going to try the Utah Gastroenterology extra point. The kick is good. And it's 20-7, Dixie over Pineview. We'll be back in a minute, 3:22 left, as we take one more look on the TV on the long throw by Graff and the great diving catch by Josh Kazir. Back in a minute.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Big return for Pineview on the ensuing kickoff following the touchdown. And Dixie saves the touchdown. The Pineview will start with excellent field position. In reference to that drive, I want to compliment offensive line coach Sam Stevens of Dixie High School, because those long passes, they take a little bit of time.
Absolutely.
And Reggie Graff has had time to get those balls off in time and get them downfield. So the O-line getting it done too. So Pineview will take over. They need to strike quick and kind of get back into this game. They're down by 13. Ball to 38. Brown looking left, nobody open. Now he rolls to the right, nobody open. Now he goes back to the left, throws the ball underneath, and it's caught. I believe Moten on the grab. It'll be a gain of about 10 yards. Had all day.
Yeah.
They're kind of playing contain. They're saying, you can dance all you want, but we're not going to let you run.
Absolutely, and I think it's worked out so far. Great job by Dallin Brown. It's like a turkey bowl out here. Just all the time in the world. But he has the patience to just wing it for, an 8-yard gain.
Now Brown in trouble. Here comes the pressure. He rolls away from it, throws the ball deep downfield. It's intercepted by Dixie. Picked off on the sideline by the Dixie Flyers. On the play for Dixie, number 24, that is Ethan Emerson.
And once again, Dallin Brown has to kind of take his time. He's got all the time in the world. He sees somebody open, doesn't throw it with enough mustard, and Emerson jumps in and picks it off. Huge play for the Dixie Flyers, who were just riding the wave right now.
It looked like Pineview had grabbed the momentum back after the big run, a big kick return. And then Dixie says, thank you very much. I'll take the momentum right back. Ethan Emerson with the pick at the 10. Runs it back out to about the 14-yard line. And now Dixie with a 2-score lead and the football. That was a good look at Emerson on the sideline, getting a little Gatorade, little G2 action over there on the side. Now, Dixie's going to keep taking shots. Reggie Graff hands it off on the fly sweep. Trying to get around the edge is, I think, Banuelos. And it was Banuelos, and he does get a first down. Gain of 10 yards. No, yeah. I guess not quite a first down. I was watching the chain gang over there. Looked like the referee was going to say move the chains, but then he said, no, hold on.
Great job on the outside. I think that was Josh Kazier, who's done an excellent job catching the ball, but also stock blocking tonight out on the edge.
2nd down and 1. Dixie right now having their way on offense. Surprising. Good adjustments made at halftime. 2nd and 1. You take a shot here?
Absolutely.
Fake. Graff is going to keep it himself. He'll have the first down and more out to the 30-yard line. Reggie Graff showing his quicks on that one. And this vaunted Pineview offense that averaged 48 a game is being shown up by this Dixie offense.
Absolutely. And on a first down here, once again, we'll see if they stay with what they've been doing the last couple series, which is just let it rip. We'll see how Pineview lines up with their cornerbacks. They've actually got Dallin Brown now on this left corner guarding Kazier, which is a great, I think, adjustment. Put your best athlete out there to stop the bleeding a little bit.
First down and 10 at the 30. Trips to the right side. No, 2 to the right side and a running back to give it to Banuelos. Banuelos trying to get to the edge. Got the corner again. Gets 5, gets 10, gets up the sideline. 15, 20. He's all the way into Pineview territory at the 35-yard line. Ball came loose late, but it's a big gainer for Weston Banuelos.
And it was Dallin Brown who came and made the play, knocked the ball out, and they're going to give it to Pineview.
Pineview's got it. Wow. big gainer, but Brown comes in and punches it away at the end.
He came all the way from the other side of the field as the left cornerback just threw his shoulder into the ball, and somehow it didn't fly out of bounds. I didn't see how.
Yeah, it was right on the frame. Yeah. Maybe we can see this on the replay. Piney's ready to go on offense, though. Banuelos with a great look at Brown flying in there, knocked the
just
ball away, and
right,
it went right in the air.
Hand.
Brown now to pass, tries a little screen pass to Sertonio. Dixie says, Piney a little bit hamstrung without Tosh Wright available. He left with an injury. And Sertonio, I was talking with coach, one of the coaches about Sertonio. They like his quickness, they like his speed, but he makes a lot of the wrong reads on the blocking. The holes he's not hitting. Now, that wasn't his fault that time.
Wow. Palmerina there with some attitude on the throwdown.
Second down and long, loss of about 3 or 4 yards. And they hand it up the middle. Sertonio gets a good read this time. He'll get a gain of about 6 or 7, but that'll bring up a big third down for the Panthers. Dixie up by 13, late third quarter. We're in the last minute of the third. Sertonio got a good run on that one, but didn't break any tackles. So big one here, 3rd and 6. Brown to pass, looking, they're spying him. Now he'll roll to the left, here comes the pressure. And he's not going to make the corner, he'll go out of bounds short of the first down. Stepped out at the 42 or 43, and it's going to be 4th down and 4. Brown, used to being the fastest, quickest guy on the field, but Dixie's matching him for speed, and Piney's going to punt.
Yeah, Staley misses him, but just enough to get his inertia going left, and he steps out there short of the first down.
Jake Staley making a case for your defensive MVP in this game.
Definitely.
As Brooksby comes out to punt, Pineview's short players. They are short players on 4th down, and they don't want to burn a timeout now. It'd almost be better to take a 5-yard penalty. They've got to be running out of time at this point. Here comes the count from the ref, and they should get the punt away now. Good snap, and Brooksby gets the kick away, and it's not a good kick. It goes straight up. Bounces at the 38 and goes out of bounds there. And right now, Dixie defense is winning, Dixie offense is winning, and Dixie special teams is winning.
Yeah, everything going right for Dixie, even after an epic play and effort by Dallin Brown to force a fumble on the defensive side of the ball. They just can't get anything going offensively.
Man, oh man. Cedar City game is over as the Redmond beat the Hurricane Tigers 53-0. Final score in that one. Hurricane having a rough year. And they still have to play Dixie and Pineview, and it's going to get rougher. 1st and 10, Flyers. They've got a 13-point lead. Last play of the 4th quarter likely. Handed off on a delay, and another good run for Dixie. The draw play to Weston Banuelos gets him about 10 yards as the 3rd quarter clock expires. Let's see if they move the chains before we go to break. And it looks like it's going to be just short. So it'll be 2nd and short when we come back. Dixie winning it 20-7 on a 1-loss scoreboard. Back in a minute.
Just like our local region does.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
At halftime about adjustments, and it has been the Dixie Flyers who have made the adjustments in the second half. They've outscored Pineview 13-0 as we head to the 4th quarter. And now Coach Monkers is going to use a timeout. Well, that'll give me a chance to pick Andy Thompson's brain. And, you know, we talk about adjustments and what things you change. What has Dixie changed that's made them really have the advantage here?
Well, as far as formations are concerned, I think 2 of their 3 big plays down the field, I know one was called back, was motioning, I think it was Tyson Miller from the running back position, make it 5 wide and force a linebacker to cover. That screwed some things up, I think, for Pineview defensively, and allowed them to throw a strike in one-on-one coverage. And then right off the bat, you pointed it out. First play of the game in the second half, they allowed Reggie Graff just to throw a strike, get a completion, get his confidence, and he's been a different guy in the second half. He's been awesome.
I agree. A big change in the confidence of that kid. And I think we found one thing out today, in that Reggie Graff is a pretty good deep ball guy. I mean, he has nice touch on those long balls. I mean, I was going to look and see if we have some updated stats on Reggie. He was only 5 of 13 in the first half. Since then, he is 4 of 8 for a whole bunch of yards and a couple of touchdowns. So Weston Banuelos now has 97 rushing yards. We saw Tyson Miller do what he did, both catching the ball and running the ball. And I'll tell you what, Dixie is making a statement here. Now we're ready to go for 2nd down and short. Always a favorable spot for an offense. A lot of offenses like to take a long bomb shot here. I wouldn't blame them if they did. Graff from the gun. Little play action swing pass to Mahi on the right side. One-on-one coverage out there. Beats his man, gets a first down, and gets it across the 50 to the 47.
Good little inside move there by Mahi on Deshaun Allen, who covered it pretty well. Went inside, got several more yards for first down.
He got 4 or 5, but, you know, it was 2nd and 1. If it's first down, that's a pretty good defensive play, but instead it's pretty good offensive play because you got a 1st and 10 at the 47 of Pineview. Clock rolling, and now Dixie can afford to be a little more luxurious in how they run their play. You know, take their time, not hurry. They had by the way, they had the chalk explosion down there in the student section. Unfortunately, the student section is far to our right, so I think one of the games I did recently, they had a chalk. Either Snow Canyon, we couldn't see the next 2 plays. 1st and 10. Graff wants to throw, looking left side, ball knocked away, and actually a very dangerous pass by Graff. Good effort over there for Pineview, and the defender on that play was number 42, Colby Hansen.
And one of the few passes this second half that's been kind of contested by Pineview.
If he doesn't throw that one as hard as he threw it, that could have been a pick 6, because Hansen was there. So 2nd down and 10, and like I said, I almost feel like Dixie playing with house money now. They got a 13-point lead. Take a shot. Why not? Twin wideouts to either side. Banuelos in the backfield with Reggie Graff, the lefty quarterback, the sophomore. Low snap, but Graff's got it. Here comes the pressure. He's in trouble. He's hit once, he's hit twice, and he goes down. Looked like Katoa had a shot at him early, and then someone else had to clean it up.
They said 5, maybe 6. It was Kazir split out on that right side alone with Dallin Brown, but just didn't give him enough time to step up in the pocket and make a throw. Great job. Koa Katoa disrupted him a little bit and brought down, I think, by John Perry.
And, you know, I had complimented the Dixie line, and that's an example there. You got to have time to throw those deep balls, and that time he didn't. The other times he has had a time to throw the deep balls. Dixie 20, Pineview 7, 3rd down, and about 14 to go for Dixie after the sack on 2nd down. Dixie, why not take a shot here? Wide receivers look over to Coach Monkers. Now they get the call. Here comes the pressure on Graff. Graff with the gun over the middle. Ball is caught. First down. Beautiful strike pass by Reggie Graff right over the middle to Tyson Miller.
And that may be his most impressive ball to me tonight. He's getting a little bit of pressure in the pocket, steps up, throws a strike, and there's 3 Pineview players right there. He's got to squeeze it in.
Yeah, that's a great throw. What a throw, man. Wow. If that's the future of Dixie football, the future is pretty bright. Reggie will also be one of the key components of the Dixie baseball squad in the spring, 2-time state champion Dixie baseball team. Of course, gone is Nyberg and Peyton Hara and the Fisher kid, the stud. This time Graff keeps it. Tries to get to the left side, gets outside again. Here comes the flag, and one of the linemen looks over at the official like, oh, you saw that, huh? Yeah, it's kind of like getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Nowadays, you don't have a jar. You just open up the package.
That's right. That's right.
Hand cotton, a double stuffed Oreo package. So it will be mark off from the spot. Spot was about just right at the line, maybe a half yard behind the line. So it'll be 1st and 20 and a half. Dixie again with a 13-point lead, and we're under 10 minutes left in the game. So Pineview, not only do they have to get a stop here, they got to produce 2 touchdowns at some point. And after that first drive of the game, you think, oh, that'll be easy. But ever since then, it has not been easy for the Dixie or for the Pineview offense. 1st and long for the Flyers. What does Coach Monkers have up his sleeve? This time it's Graff. Graff, the lefty, rolling to the left side, throws it out of bounds. Pretty smart play. Is he only a 10th grader?
Yeah, that was kind of a weird play. It was almost like a dual play action. He's going to fake it to Benuelos and attempt to peek up a little bit, but then Perry's right there, and you're right. Heady play to just step back and throw it out of bounds.
I think we might have an ineligible man downfield, however. Or illegal participation on Pineview. Nope, it is an illegal man downfield, so Dixie will be marked off some more. I almost feel like Pineview would be wise to decline this one.
Yeah, good point.
Unless it's a loss of down, don't take the penalty.
I agree.
Don't give them another shot.
I agree. With how they've been throwing it down the field, they can get chunks.
They take it, though. So now it's 1st and 26. They've got to get it down to the 19-yard line for a first down, but they've been eating the yardage up in chunks in this game since halftime. Graff ready for the snap. Sends Mahi in motion. Hands it instead on the delay, and room for Weston Banuelos, and he gets the penalty plus 3 or 4. They'll bring up 2nd down and a manageable, considering 17 to go.
And great job by number 70, Lee Burgess, who could have been called for holding, but as soon as this guy started pulling away, he just let go completely and knew this guy had a big gainer regardless of the rest of his block.
I had a friend that I played football with. He had a flipper. He had a half an arm and then a flipper, and he said he held on every play of his high school career. He only got called once because he stick his little flipper up under the other guy's pads, and what ref is going to call a penalty on it? Well, one of them actually did, and it was in the state playoffs. 2nd down, about to 17-18 to go for Dixie. Kraft keeping himself, got a hold of the right side. He's going to get about 8 yards right up the middle. That'll bring up a 3rd down for Dixie, but they were looking at 1st and 26, and now it's going to be 3rd and 10.
And he's so decisive on this zone reading, just goes for broke. As soon as he knows it, just runs hard.
I think that's what they teach at Dixie. Don't think about it, just make the decision and go. And Reggie Graff is really good at that. So 3rd down, about 10 to go. Ball at the 29. They've got to get to the 19. Coming in late with the play for Dixie is number 11. That's Miles Keenan. Keenan's been pretty quiet today. It's been the kind of the Tyson Miller show. Tyson Miller, Reggie Graff show. 4 wide and 1 running back for Reggie Graff on 3rd down and 10. They send that guy, one of those guys, in motion. And a hole for Mahi. Oh, he's cut right down at the ankles when it looked like he was going to be a big play. And a good defensive play by Deshaun Allen. That looked like it was going to go. And you watch Allen right there.
Right there. Helmet right on the thigh pad. Great technique.
Looked like it hurt a little bit, too. But now it's 4th down and 9. And it looks like Dixie might be going for it. A little too far for a field goal, a little too close for a punt. So this is maybe the game right here. If Dixie gets a first down, they can run another 3 minutes off and the ballgame's over.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we're at 7-10 and counting.
And the bread and butter here is to just throw it to Kazir on that right side with that little hitch at the sticks. But the hitch of it all is Dallin Brown's out there now.
Send a man in motion. Graff fakes the handoff. Here comes the pressure, and the ball is, as he's thrown, and that's an incomplete pass, and Pineview will take over. They got the pressure when they needed it the most. Was that Katoa again?
Yeah, Katoa again, and just drills Reggie Graff. Gets his helmet right underneath his armpit there and takes him into the ground hard, and huge play. Now they need a big one on offense.
Reggie Graff did the right thing and just kind of trying to get the pass away. He knew it was going to go down. Unfortunately for him, it didn't go anywhere, but he really had nothing to lose because he gets sacked. It's their ball anyway.
That's right.
Well, Pineview needs some offense, and they need it in a hurry. Brown back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Rolling to his right. Looking downfield, nothing there, and he's cut down after a short gain. Another great play on the defense for Dixie High School. That play was made by Faru Marina again. Caden having a great game. Who isn't for Dixie right now? They're really stepping up. Look at Faru Marina. Just got him around the ankle. And now another play that is blown up by the Dixie defense. Nowhere to go for Sortonio.
And looks like they put McLeod Croton in for that one. And I'm not seeing Brown anywhere on the field. Even at receiver. He's over there talking to one of his coaches, but they're keeping him out on a pivotal third down here.
Third down and 10. 6:22 left in the game. Pineview needs a first down in the worst way. Croton back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Little flicker, and it's dropped. Incomplete. I believe that Tosh Wright is back in, but that one was right at his ankles, and Pineview's going to have to punt with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, too much pressure up the middle for McLeod Croton to handle. I think he made the right decision to dump it off to Tosh. That was his only option, but just kind of throws it into the ground and no chance for Wright.
I don't know that if he makes that catch, he has a lot of place to go anyway. Looked like he was in trouble anyway. So Dixie defense, Coach Wayne Alopopo and company getting her done today. Holding Pineview to one touchdown on their first drive of the game. Brooksby with the kick. And this is a good one, but it will bounce sideways. Not getting that turf roll today. He's had 3 bounce sideways, and this one only goes to the 41 of Dixie, and Dixie with a chance to eat up some more clock. Wow. I'm just stunned at the way this Dixie defense has played. They have not let Brown go off at all.
Amazing. I mean, you prepare all week, they come down and score in 7, 8 plays, whatever, how quick it was, and you think, man, maybe our game plan is terrible. And then they just believed in it, kept with it, and have just done an amazing job.
Total offense for Pineview in this game, 191 yards.
Holy cow.
They're averaging about 450 or 500. 6:08 left. Dixie can't afford to sit on it just yet. They hand it off on the delay, and a fumble on the play. Who got it? I believe Pineview might have the ball. Let's see. They do. Another turnover as Weston Banuelos had it slapped away.
And Hanson will jump on it this time. Second fumble that they've recovered here. But for me, it's almost like their offense has been so unthreatening. Nothing has been working. Another 3-and-out last series. They've got to do something to get positive yardage going as both McLeod Croton and Dallin Brown come out for the offense this time.
Brown's going to start in the slot on the right side. Croton is back there with Tosh Wright, the running back. Running game, just about have to throw that away at this point. They send Brown in motion, and Croton throws it over his head, and it might have been, no, it's incomplete. Almost intercepted.
Wow. And as soon as he threw it, he put his hands up on his helmet like, oh no, because Tyler Walden almost had the pick here off the tip. Wow. And luckily the defender was stock blocking. Wow. Prevented the pick.
Pineview right now in some trouble. Brown back at quarterback. He rolls to the left, throws out there. Ball bounces off the shoulder pad of his intended receiver. On his knees, let that ball come all the way into his body and went off of his shoulder. I think that was Jocelyn, maybe? Well, let's see who the intended receiver was.
Might be Lefevre out there on the left side.
Yeah, Sam Lefevre. Lefevre was our playmaker, played a game last time out. Now Brown rolling left again. Throws it hard over the middle. Nice catch made and a first down for Pineview on the great grab. Picking the ball off out of the air is Isaiah Moten.
Beautiful catch with his hands. This was a bullet from Brown. Great catch.
You don't let it get into your body because Moten made the catch with the hands. First down. Brown back to pass. Looking. Nothing open. Now he's going to run, and now he's going to go down. Helmet comes off. It looked like the ball for a moment, but the helmet comes off as Brown gets a short gain. Maybe 2 yards on the play. Pineview's got to hurry.
And it looked like he was a little bit hesitant. He knew he was going to be turned into a hamburger, but he did it anyway for his team. Got at least a couple positive yards out of it.
Yeah, Brown had all day, but then they're dropping 7 guys in coverage. There's nobody open. Hand off to right up the middle of the field. He's going to move the pile for about 4 or 5 more. It's going to be a big 3rd down for Pineview. It's the clock now down at 5:10 and counting. Big 3rd down coming here. It's Raj Christensen, the PA announcer here at Dixie High and Brooks Stadium, trying to get the team fired up. Actually, only gave him 2 on the play, so it's 3rd down and 6. Brown gets the snap. Throws it over the middle, goes off the hands of the receiver and incomplete, and Pineview facing a 4th down now.
Man, they've had good plays. They've had open receivers, but a couple drops, one bad throw from McLeod Croton. Just a little inside peek-in route here by Bateman right off his hands.
Yeah, Gavin Bateman, one of your experienced guys. Got to catch that. 4th down, this is it. 4th down and 6 for Pineview. Dallin Brown calling out the signals. Right, the running back. Brown back to pass. All day again. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Now he's rolling to the right. Makes a cut. Stumbles. Gets the 1st down and more inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Gets the 1st down by about 2 yards. And that's actually might be Brown's longest run of the day besides the one that was called back on the flag.
Yeah, you're right. And, nothing was really open. That was just a will play by Brown. And they're not even, the 3 guys who were rushing aren't even rushing. They're just standing, occupying their gap. And Brown has to finagle his way here past Connor Walden and reach over for the 1st down.
This time the pass is complete. And now it's knocked away. It was caught for a moment, and then the big hit knocks it free. Dixie's defender is making some noise on the hit on the play. There was 2 guys there. There was, I think Nate Mahi was out there along with Jackson Rayos. And actually the guy with the Rocky Mountain collision play was number 47. That's Harrison Beezer, the athletic director's son. Pineview looking at a 2nd down and 10 from the 17. They're in that current Christian NEI red zone. Brown rolls to the left. Looking out there, he's a running play all the way, and they got him after a very short game. Jake Staley in on the tackle. Pineview right now, I think they're being outcoached, and I think they're frustrated. Because, as you mentioned, Dixie not really rushing the quarterback that hard. They're just kind of occupying their lanes and not letting Brown get out of contain.
Yeah, no play has been easy at all for Pineview this whole 2nd half.
3rd down and 9. Ball at the 16-yard line. Brown to right. Up the middle to the 10, to the 5. Boom! Inside the 5 to about the 3. And man, oh man, that kid can cause a collision. Oh, Rocky Mountain boom there. Taking the dent out of accidents. Well, he put the dent into the defender. Watch it right here. Boom!
Takes a couple of them down with him.
I think taking the brunt of that punishment was a Kaanohi. Now they try to play up the middle and nothing doing. Dixie stuffs that one. Is right, nowhere to go.
They've got to score quick with only 1 timeout left.
I was going to say that's going to use some clock right there. Brown would have been, I think, better off to keep that one. Might have scored. 2nd down and goal. Pineview at the 3-yard line, but they're down 13 with 3:15 left. They go Brown. Brown trying to get to the corner. It's a foot race to the pylon, and he gets there. Touchdown, Panthers. Pineview cuts it to a 20-13 game as Dallin Brown maybe just a touch faster than the defender trying to chase him down.
Yeah, great duel all night long between Staley and Brown. This time, Brown gets the win. Little stiff arm, gets the edge, peeks inside of the pylon.
Takes his helmet off. He looks like a tired young man, doesn't he? Look at that. Whew. He says, man, I'm out of gas. Well, they're still down by 7. Dixie could probably win this game with maybe 2 first downs on offense. Too early to try an onside kick. Here's a Utah gastroenterology extra point and a big one. Brooksby got it through. And with 3:09 left, it's 20-14 on a 1-loss scoreboard. We'll be back in a minute.
Whether you're a weekend warrior
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Asphalt big score dessert because it's only 20-14 with 3:09 left in this game. Pineview showing onside kick perhaps, but are they going to actually do it? Connor Brooksby says yes they are. Here it is, onside kick, ball on the ground, and I think Dixie covered it up. It looked like it not a great kick, and it looked like Dixie got right on it. They are going to sift the pile out. Maybe it exchanged hands a couple of times in there. They do say Dixie football, though. Do you agree with the call?
I actually do agree with it. I love the aggression. Dixie has been running great offense. Now, the thing you got to take into consideration is their playbook's going to change. They're going to try to zone read the clock away. They're not going to be as aggressive. And with 3 minutes left and one timeout, maybe you'll get the ball back. But I never fault the coach for being aggressive and trying to win the game by making a play like that.
By the way, it's a final on our Hearst Days Hardware. 42-14. Desert Hills beats Canyon View. So Desert Hills 4-0 in region play now with 2 games left for them in a bye week. And they will own first place no matter what happens tonight because they played one more game than either of these two teams. First down and 10, Dixie, 3:04 away from knocking Pineview off. Probably going to run the ball, but you never know. Hand it off to Banuelos, and he'll move the pile. That's a good 3 yards on first down. They'll take that, huh?
Absolutely. Let the clock run. They've only got one timeout. I'd be surprised if this Coach Hansen defense allows Dixie to just run for a first down, but a good play there on first down to get positive yardage.
Well, I think the plan was to sell out on the or to kind of stack the run up and make them throw man-to-man, but that hasn't worked out in this game at all for Pineview because Reggie Graff and company have beat the man-to-man. Here we go, second down, about 6.5 yards for a first down. I think they get one. They can probably run the clock out. Stay in the spread, wide receivers to either side. Graff wants to throw on a quick hitter, but they stop the clock on a pass that's thrown over the head of Mahi. And that's a big favor for Pineview by Dixie, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
And Katoa has been an absolute monster in the second half. It's him once again causing this ball to be thrown high. Big hit on Graff.
Looks like in that undefeated game, Skyview's going to beat Logan. It's 40-22 with 3.5 left in that game, so they've got an 18-point lead, but Logan's showing a little sign of life anyway. And Stansbury's got a 20-point lead on Park City with 4 minutes left. Here we're at 2:15, and it's 3rd down and 7. Reggie Graff up the middle, and he's cut under about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. And now decision time for the Dixie Flyers. It's going to be 4th down and about 3. Do we have a timeout? The ref is saying stop the clock. Pineview takes the timeout. We're going to keep it here with 2:08 left. It looked like for a moment Graff was going to get that first down. And somebody got him around the ankles. See the old ball coach there, Coach Monkers with the glasses on. Talking with, is that Wayne?
Yeah, he's Wayne, look, if I go for it here and don't get it,
you guys can
promise
stop him?
me.
You going to stop him, Wayne? He says, I'll bet Wayne's saying, go for it. We got you. Go for it.
This is a great scene here.
I love it, yeah. A little conference between a couple of veteran coaches. Wayne has been his D coordinator. He was for, 4 or 5 years before. And then Wayne stayed. Blaine left. Blaine came back and when Andy Stokes left. And Wayne is still the D coordinator. Good scene there. I think Wayne, as a D coordinator, you got to say, Coach, punt it, right?
Yeah, give me some more yards to deal with.
But by the same token, you've got to be happy that he's going to go for it and clinch the win maybe with a first down.
Absolutely. And really, for me, there's no wrong answer to this. Sometimes you can say, man, they should have gone for it, been aggressive. For me, kicking it to this Pineview team who has struggled so much offensively to get anything going, especially with that much field to deal with, that might be the right call, but we'll see what Coach Monkers has.
4th down, about 3.5 yards. Looking at the football, it's right on the 42. And the first down marker looks like it's on the 39, right? Right on the 39? Yeah. So they've got to get a full 3 yards. And Dixie going for it.
Yeah.
Going for the juggler.
Maybe try for a hard count. You still got a timeout, but I don't know. The way Coach Monkers, they got their out route here with plenty of field to work with on the left side.
Send the man in motion. They might be throwing deep to the motion man. He stops on the left side. They might just be trying to draw him off sides. 2:08 left. Are they going to snap it? I don't think they're going to snap it. And they let it go until there's just a second left on the play clock, and then they call timeout. So Dixie takes the timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. 2:07 left. Just a 30-second timeout.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Punt team out on 4th down and 3 with the ball at the 42-yard line. You try some trickery here? At this point, you've made your decision. You're just gonna punt it, right?
You've made your decision to punt.
Snap is good. He gets the kick away. It's kind of off the side of his foot to the right side and goes out of bounds, and that's going to be a very short kick. Let's see where they spot it. 24-yard line. Man, you almost, as a coach, you're like, I wish I'd have gone for it now.
Yeah, I know. That's the exact same thing I was thinking.
The best laid plans of mice and men often go mislaid, huh?
Absolutely. And they've had Dixie, week 1 against Springville, had that heartbreaking comeback loss in a game they should have won. And it might be a situation where that nightmare could be relived here tonight if Dallin Brown has some magic.
We'll see if he does. 1st down and 10, Pineview. At the 25, actually. Brown back to pass. Looking. Got a guy open on the left side. Doesn't see him. Wide open in the middle of the field, and he overthrew him. Man, oh man, he was open the whole play. I think that was Michael Moore. And Brown didn't see him until it was late, and then he overthrew it.
And Moore was flagging him down like he was a air traffic controller here.
You can see they're not even really rushing him. They're just saying, all right, we're not going to let him run.
Please throw it against our 7-8 guys almost.
Now 2nd down and 10. Brown throws over the middle. Ball nearly intercepted. He underthrew his man just a bit. And Jake Staley, I think Jake Staley is going to be our player of the game today.
Absolutely.
He has been fantastic. And that time he nearly sealed the win. See the throw over the middle on the replay. Got one hand on it, almost brought it down. Now it's 3rd down and 10. I don't think you can take the running ability away from Dallin Brown. He's going to make plays with his legs, but they're not going to rush him real hard. Throws a fade to the left side. Jump ball. Incomplete.
Put it up high enough for Moore to make a play. Just couldn't come down with it. Good closing defense there. I think that was Ethan Emerson on the pass defense.
Now they've got to go. Now they've got to go 4th down and 10. Tried for Michael Moore on that one. Brown's default is run the ball. Let's see if he tries to break one off and run for a 1st down here on 4th down and 10. Game on the line. Brown back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Oh, it's incomplete. Had a guy and just threw it maybe a little too hard to Hunter Moore, and Dixie will take over already in field goal range with 1:31 left on the clock. And they can either run out the clock, I'm not sure, timeout situation, or just score and win it. Brown had his man, guns it over there, and just a little behind and a little too hard for Hunter Moore.
Yeah, right play, right at the sticks. Finding a guy that was open right away, but just misthrown ball.
So Dixie will take over. Chance for them to clinch this thing with a 1st down. I think Pineview's got at least one timeout. I'm not sure. says 1 on the board. Graff stays in the spread. And he's going to pass. Nope, it's a QB draw right up the middle, and Graff will get 3 or 4. Second down and 7. You know, I was listening to you and Paulie and the guys talking earlier today, and Paulie was talking about the not kneeling it in late game situations and
that's right.
fumbles causing you the
That's
game.
right.
And you look at Graff there, kind of, you know, somebody had him around the ball, that football there, and that's a dangerous play.
Time you holding on to that last timeout.
They'll probably use it after a second down if they get a stop here. Clock now down under a minute, 58 seconds and counting. Dixie 20, Pineview 14. Now 50 seconds to go. Referee starts counting down the last 5 seconds, so Graff can snap it at any time. He snaps it and takes a knee, and Pineview should take their timeout right now. And they do with 41. Nope, it's still running. All right, now they're going to stop the clock. Might have to put a few more seconds back on the clock.
Yeah, I thought it was with about 41.
Yeah, 43 to 41 right in there, and it went all the way down to 39. How many? 40? Please put 40-something. I thought he said 48. I think 41 is correct. I think you're right. That's what they put up there. 41 seconds to go. Dixie can't quite kill it then unless they can make this play last, a few seconds. Dixie, though, with a 6-point lead with 41 seconds left. And you look at the decisions made. The decision to punt, that was a good decision.
It was, absolutely. Every decision it seems like that coaching staff made in the second half was right on the money.
A lot of credit in this game to Coach Monkers on offense, but also the Coach Alopopo's Dixie defense. 3rd down and 11. They'll probably just kneel here. No, they're going to run around. And Graff is going to the corner. He might get a first down and more. Down inside the 15. I think that's a first down. Reggie Graff just clinched the game with a first down on the left sideline. Let's see where they spot him. Yeah, they're moving the chains. That's it. Game over. How about that? I don't think.
And slides down and inbounds, and that's the game.
Dixie can now just take some knees, and this game's over. And the Flyers will improve to 3-0 in region and 5-1 overall by winning at home against the tough Pineview squad. I don't know if they even have to snap it. The clock's running with 10 seconds. They do snap it and take the knee, and the ball game's over. Dixie Flyers have beaten the Pineview Panthers 20-14, but I'm going to say most impressively was not the 20, but the 14, holding a Pineview team averaging nearly 50 a game to 14 points.
Amazing defensive effort by Coach Alopopo on this defense. Jake Staley, unbelievable in pass defense, slowing down Dallin Brown, running the ball, and just the defensive game plan to just chill out and make him beat you with his arm, and that worked out beautifully for the Flyers.
That may be the recipe to slowing Pineview down this year. They're going to see it a lot.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, not everybody has the playmakers that Dixie has, like Jake Staley.
That's right.
Making plays good. Congratulations, Dixie Flyers win it by a final of 20-14. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we've got our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. We'll hand out some awards. Man, we appreciate all our sponsors, including Gridiron University and the new All-Star game coming to town in January. And, of course, One Law, our scoreboard sponsor. Dixie wins it by 6. We'll be back with post-game after this.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Hey, let's check out this park. That's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
The Region 9 Radio Network team has the final stats, stars, and awards ready to deliver to you in Simon Johnson Pediatrics Postgame Show. And it starts right now on your hometown sports source.
We're back. We were treated to a great football game here. Dixie finds a way to win. You know, it's funny, as I was talking to you about that little huddle that Coach Monkers, Coach Hosner had before the game and how they're kind of candid. And Coach Monker was saying, you guys are so good, we're not going to have a chance and stuff. And one of the things Coach Hosner told Coach Monkers kind of echoes in my ears right now. He says, I don't know about all that, but I know you guys seem to always find a way to win.
Yeah,
and Coach Hosner was prophetic, because that's exactly what happened here. Dixie found a way to win this football game.
Yeah, they dug down. Their adjustments to the second half that we keep referring to. After that first series, it was like, man, Pineview just went through them so easily. It's going to be a big score. But Coach Alopopo, they trusted their system. They trusted their game plan. And then in the second half, they just came out offensively, made two huge series for scores. And the defense didn't allow Dallin Brown anywhere to go running or throwing tonight.
Little did we know that touchdown would be only one of two the entire night for this Pineview offense that has been so good this year, averaging nearly 50 points a game coming into this contest. So we appreciate Dr. Cody Johnson and his staff, and make your kids feel right at home at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. So why so many are choosing Johnson Pediatric. Call 628-0511 and ask for the new patient special. We've got some awards to hand out. I think I'm going to start with the player of the game, because that's the easy one. I think Jake Staley deserves that, even though Reggie Graff really matured a lot and played great. I got to go with Jake Staley, because defensively it seemed like he was in on every play.
He was the man, and he had Hercules the guard tonight and Dallin Brown, and I think Staley won that battle. They had several showdowns when one-on-one trying to get the edge, and Staley won a lot of them. Dallin won a few of them, but also in the passing game, him getting his hands up, knocking the ball away, making it difficult to throw it past that second level. Great game, incredible effort by Jake Staley.
Thanks again to Dats Trucking, running strong since 1988. Always bringing you the high school player of the game. Fuel up and grab a snack at Ernie's 2 Sinclair Station at the top of the boulevard. Dats Trucking delivering you the Dats Trucking player of the game. All right, let's go with our play of the game. Which one sticks out to you? I kind of like the great catch by Kazir in the end zone.
Yes.
After he didn't catch the first one, they went right back to it, and did catch the second one.
Yeah, and I love the play call. Same thing. I'm sure, just like you said, Kazir said, hey, that was open. Give me one more shot at that ball when one-on-one coverage. They did, and he paid it off, diving catch. I agree. Play of the game.
And kudos to Coach Monkers and to the quarterback Graff for going back to the same play and giving him another shot at it, because it worked out perfectly. As Dixie gets the touchdown there, they get the win here, 20-14. How about a Jimmy Johnson super sub? You got anybody in mind for that, Andy?
Let's see. There were a couple. I thought, McLeod came in and did a couple good things early in the game, but they went away from him later. Let's see here.
Sertonio came in and did some things.
Had a couple good carries.
How about we go with Tyson Miller coming in at running back for the third
that's
quarter?
A great one.
Even though he's a starting receiver, he was a super sub at running back and made some great plays.
Absolutely. Scored on that fly sweep early in the game. Then they made that adjustment, made him a fifth receiver, and I think that opened a lot up for him in the second half.
Tyson Miller is our Jimmy John Super Sub. Visit one of 4 Southern Utah locations for Jimmy John subs so fast and fresh that you'll freak. Now, I don't know if these guys, have we been doing highlights on the TV lately? Do we have highlights back in the truck? I don't know. If we do roll them, there they are. All right. That was the early drive. They went quarterback McLeod, Croton to quarterback Dallin Brown for the big gainer on the pass to Hunter Moore. And again, early on, it looked like Pineview was just going to roll through this game offensively. You see there, Wright scored without being touched. And it looked like it was going to be a big Pineview blowout, but Dixie had other plans, didn't they? There's the fumble early on that
I forgot about that one.
Hit his own player.
They had 3 this game.
Yep.
And then there's Miller here cutting it inside, reading the block. I thought the receivers all night long for Dixie did a great job,
Yep.
just occupying their guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyson Miller with the TD there. And this was try number 2. Oh, no, this is the sack, excuse me. Sack by Katoa. He wanted to kind of show off to the sideline, but he didn't dare. Now the quick hitter. Nice catch for the touchdown by Kazir. And then this is the second try. And I love that they went right back to the same play. This time Kazir says, I got this one. And boy, did he. What a great catch.
What a throw.
Beautiful play.
And, Graff missed on a couple long balls in the first half. Didn't miss on, missed on one in the second half.
And then here's the play late, the interception late, where he just put a little too much air under it when he had a guy open. Had Dixie fired up, and then we go late into the ball game, and Dixie, Weston Banuelos making play. Oh, that was another fumble. Well, they had two fumbles and an interception, right?
Yeah, and then the fumble that Dallin Brown knocked out, and they recovered over by the sideline.
Yep.
And there's Brown with his score to make it a 1-score game. Beat Jake Staley on that play, but come up just a little bit short there in the fourth quarter.
So Dixie wins it again. They go to 3-0 in region, 5-1 overall. Pineview drops to 2-1 in region and 4-2 overall. You better believe these two are going to face each other again down the road, or at least have a shot at each other down the road in the playoffs. Two teams that I think are going to go deep into the playoffs. Obviously, you got Orem and Skyview out there, but these two teams are right there.
I agree. We didn't question their offense. Their defense has proved, I think both of them have proved that they're stout and can compete with not only the best of Region 9, but up in 4A. So I think we've got 2 really good teams here out of Region 9, and then Desert Hills is officially going to be the #1 team in Region 9 after tonight. So a lot of good games to look forward to.
I'll run over the finals real quick for you on our Herstays Hardware update. 42-14 Desert Hills beats CanU. 53-0 Cedar beats Hurricane. Here it was 20-14 Dixie. In Region 10, Orem 49-14 over Salem Hills. Spanish Fork beats Payson. Mountain View beats Uinta. Region 11, Bonneville beats Ben Lomond. Stansbury, a 20-point victory over at Park City. And Ogden beats Tooele. What a shocker there, 26-15. And let's see, Mountain Crest beats Bear River 17-7. Green Canyon, a 1-point victory over Ridgeline, 29-28. And Skyview stays undefeated, the only undefeated 4A team left, 40-22 over Logan. There's your finals tonight. Do you have some stats you wanted to look at real quick?
Yeah, we've got Devin Dixon down with Coach Monker's postgame.
Monker's after Dixie gets the 2014 win. Coach, what's going through your mind right now? Big win for your kids.
Yeah, it's a huge win. I mean, it gives us a leg up, but there's still a lot of football still left to play. That's a great football team over there. I'm glad we had them at home. We had a great crowd here tonight. We played well enough to get out of here with a win, and I'm proud of the kids. They stepped up after the last time we played. We didn't look that good on offense especially, but I was proud of the kids tonight. They stepped up. Reggie did a great job. Offensive line did a great job, so I thought it was a team effort tonight.
Talk to me about all the big decisions. You had to make a number of big decisions in this game.
Well, yeah, a few of them, but that's just part of the deal. As a head coach, you got to make big decisions in a game sometime, and they're not always right. Sometimes you make the wrong decision, but hopefully you come out ahead on the decision making. And I don't know if we did tonight or not. We'll have to go back and watch the film and find out. But credit to the kids, especially the way we played a week ago. I know they weren't satisfied at all with our last outing, so they practiced hard this week and got it done.
I saw you and Coach Nick Hansen, the D coordinator, have a nice little exchange. You guys are pretty good buddies. What did you guys say to each other?
I just told him great job. I said I always have to go into a game trying to figure out something new that you haven't seen before to try to disguise, because you're just going to get after us and take care of our normal stuff. So he does a great job. Coach Hosner does a great job, and it's just two quality programs going head to head.
Talk to me a little bit about containing Dallin Brown, your defensive coordinator. I like to call him Wayne Tron. He did a heck of a job tonight too.
He did a great job. He had a great game plan. He was well prepared. He spends a lot of time. I know he was on the film and in the film room and watching all their games and going back to last year and just, you know, dotting the I's and crossing the T's to make sure they show us something we hadn't seen. And, you know, he had a great game plan like he does every week.
Talk to me about next week. I mean, you still got some games to play, and you're going to enjoy it tonight, but back to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over. I mean, you know, anybody can beat anybody on a given night. You got to come to play or you're going to get beat. And, I mean, there's still 3 region games left, and, you know, no slots are set yet. Nobody's safe. You got to come out and play every week.
Yeah, Desert Hill's still undefeated. You guys are undefeated. Congratulations. Should be fun down the stretch we go.
Thanks.
Coach Blaine Munkers, everybody here in our postgame show.
Thank you, Devin. Appreciate that. Coach Monkers obviously very happy with his team's effort, but also with his coach's efforts for putting together a great game plan. Your final thoughts, Andy?
Yeah, just very happy for a great game here between 2 great teams, and like you said, hopefully they'll get another chance to play against each other. Very impressed by Coach Alofopo, Monkers, getting it done in the locker room at halftime to make the change to put things over the top for the Dixie Flyers.
Dixie wins it. 2014 is the final. Flyers undefeated in region. They got that battle with Desert Hills coming up. I'm Andy Griffin for Andy Thompson, Devin Dixon here at Walbrook Stadium. Congratulations to the Flyers and good night to you all.